Mic check 1 2 1 2. And this screen look off, but maybe my picture is off. Hit a one in the chat if you can hear me or see. Yeah, my picture's kind of off center. Yeah, it sure is. I don't know what that's about. Maybe StreamYard actually changed some settings. We're waiting on Nagona 11 to get in here. Oh boy, he's here. I don't think I heard him. Hold on, let me check my audio settings. Now, I didn't change any of this shit. I don't know what's going on. Okay, that works. This works. You go. What's going on, man?
What's going on, MOT? What's happening, brother?
Here we go. It's on my end. Hold on a second. Let me start StreamYard over. All right, there we go. Nagona, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear
All
me?
right. Thanks for coming on, man. Hey, man, I want to shout out to Ty City. Fuck nigga, get it again for the sixth time. Went live. I went live talking about politics. The name is hip hop is nothing but language for dumbass niggas. That's what hip hop means. Underground, uncut underground is not being invited to nobody's political interest or anything like that. At the end of the day, relationship niggas doing politics is just showing you how stupid these fucking black men are. Stupid as fuck. You want to hear political content from somebody who voted for Trump, someone who lives in Texas, someone who lives in a liberal fucking area, someone who actually says the Second Amendment is his fucking issue. If the Second Amendment is your issue, take your motherfucking ass out there and open carry in Texas and see won't they lock your motherfucking ass up.
Or
What's
somebody,
going on, Nicole?
or
What's
somebody,
going on,
or
man?
somebody may try to split your wig, man. They try to split your wig as well. So, the police will roll up. It won't be the regular. It'll be the cops, man. What are you doing, man? Put your hands up. I've seen that happen. So
Bro, that's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, Ty City with these niggas too. Like anybody who lives close to hip hop, whoever tried to make music for these fucking reptiles, were never part of the Black Manosphere. They came here to make money off of this fucking problem. They didn't come here to fix shit. They didn't come here to vote for shit. You can't let these motherfuckers get away with pretending like they give a fuck about anything. You cannot let them niggas do that. Ever. You
yeah,
cannot let these dudes ever pretend. Like, dude, if you're talking about bitches at this point, dude, the only thing you're trying to do is fill this place full of dumbass niggas. That's the only purpose that you have here. Because a working and functional society don't need fuck niggas talking about politics. It don't need niggas going from one failed relationship shit to the next. It don't need that shit.
that is a fact.
Nigga, it does not concern me that a bitch can't manage her motherfucking vajayjay. It does not concern me that a dude has fucking fucked his whole life up based on a bitch. It does not concern me at all.
Man,
Yeah. So let's get on with this right here. Because at the
go
end
ahead.
of the day, imagine not having a side pick and pretending that you're winning politically. Because there was a lot of Trump people within this space, Nico, who
Yeah,
was happy that Trump won.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, the black woman was gonna get it.
yeah. She was
Oh
going. Oh, no.
man, she got put in her place. She's not in
Yeah,
charge. The white man is back in power like it's supposed to be, and
and they going
things are going to be great.
and he put your masculinity back on. He's
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
You
yeah,
feel good
yeah,
and masculine now. Like a
yeah,
whole
yeah.
new shiny coat of masculine just all over you.
Yeah, man. He put your Johnson. He put your Johnson back on.
Bro. And then he swore in. as president. And the first thing that he did, because remember, like, you know, Tia Son, third party, Ron Neal actually did vote for Trump, but then he made a lot of live streams talking about the racism of the Republican Party, but refused to acknowledge this is the party that you supported on purpose, that you could have knew the history of, but you had a grift to run on these men, correct? And
That
so
is
that took
correct.
precedence and pretending like you down with these people. So when it came down to Trump and and the Trump administration dropping all current housing discrimination cases, did you hear anything from these black conservatives or Republicans when that happened to go?
You didn't hear a word from them. You didn't hear a word from them.
You didn't hear it, did you?
Not one word.
Hmm.
Not one word.
When
Silence.
they got rid of funding for the actual investigative arm of discrimination in this country, they defunded it through executive order. They was not silent about it. They was pretty public about it. Did you hear anybody say anything about that?
They've been silent.
Okay. Uh,
They've been silent.
Apparently, we had a lot of black conservatives in this space, around this space. You had a bunch of people. I don't count the people in California politically because they don't need black people's help. You know, you 5% of the population, black men 2%. So they don't need your help for shit. So you can afford to be third party, middle of the road, blah 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 blah, gobbledygook, gobbledygook. Everybody else participates except for most black people. And most black people have left California because they didn't keep up with the productivity piece, and that's why they ass living somewhere the fuck else. There ain't no other motherfucking reason why your ass isn't in California right now, other than the fact that you have been passed down a house that has been paid off years ago. It's the only reason why you're there. Because I don't see these dudes producing their way into nobody's house. I don't see that. We had people talking about um, alimony and child support and all that shit when they live in the worst state in the union for divorces. You can look up every single divorce online and you can see what state all of these divorces were from. It's all California.
Yeah.
All these Hollywood marriages, as soon as they break up, 100 million, 200 million just to get out of
These are facts. And remember that that's also a state where they got common law. So
it. Yeah.
you living with a woman for 7 or 10 years or something else like that, she got you. So you don't even have to walk down the aisle with her. Just live with her. I'm living with
All
my
right.
girlfriend.
But also check this out. There's something else that's going on here too. It's like you live in a democracy. That's the standard of government in the country. The first, like the most important part of the productivity piece is changing the environment where you're at, which means you gonna have to get political and you gonna have to pick a side and you gonna have to participate. And when you participate, it isn't that hard to keep up with what's going on. It's not hard. It's on the TV. It's in your face. It's summarized. You have local leaders who actually do this shit.
That's
So
right.
to walk around and deliberately not know what's going on in your environment, it's some shit that you do on your own.
That is correct. But people are making this choice. People are making this choice not to know anything. It's a lot just want to keep a certain narrative going, a certain belief going. A lot of people are choosing to be ignorant. Remember, ignorance for most of us is a choice.
Yes. And remember how they used to humiliate people for participating in a democracy? I'm like, you guys had it backwards. It's actually more embarrassing to live in a democracy and not participate.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
going on, President Prince?
Hey, how y'all doing, gentlemen?
How are you
All right.
doing? How are you doing, brother?
Just sitting here reflecting back on how all these so-called black conservatives and all these entertainers think everything is a joke. Hey,
Hey man, listen. But why not listen to Stephen A. Smith yell and scream about LeBron? Why not?
And then I guess through his job, I guess he has to
Yeah, yeah.
interject himself politically,
It's my
and then
job to talk shit about your son. And yeah, it's my job to protect my son and knock your fucking face off.
it's just
Fucking with my child, motherfucker.
unbelievable.
And I'm sorry. I keep going over this. And every time and every year I bring it up again with the Chris Rock Will Smith shit.
Hmm.
If my wife have a medical condition and you as a professional comedian talk about my wife's medical condition as a joke in front of a whole bunch of people, I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass. And you need your fucking ass slap. You need your face slapped the fuck off in front of everybody if you do some disrespectful shit like that. Period. And as the years go on, I keep bringing it up to people, and they be like, "Oh man, I was so wrong." It's like, bro, listen, disrespect is disrespect, bro. Disrespect has always been disrespect. You wouldn't talk shit about nobody's wife medical condition unless you itching to get your fucking face knocked off.
Hmm.
But
hey,
yeah, go ahead, Christopher.
I mean, women and what is it? Women and children are off. I mean, that's a non-negotiable.
Off limits.
I mean,
I mean, even in politics, they off limits.
Yeah, well,
out of everybody in the crowd, you want to pick. Oh, okay. I mean, but then you get
Hey, look,
slapped, and then
I do get that portion of it, but don't insert yourself in the middle of a fucking fucked up situation.
yeah, yeah.
That
We've
situation
always,
is hella messed up. There's no
thank
real
you.
reason to insert yourself into that. It's already there. It doesn't need to be highlighted. It doesn't need to be brought up. Hell, they did an interview with the dude. No. But let's get back to this. Okay. So you have to understand that when you do not vote and you do not participate in the process, and you treat political information like pong to where you make sure it bounce off the side of your face, you're actually making the environment worse, not the women. For all these complaints that dudes have, for all these super chats that are thrown around, which I don't want your fucking money. I don't want dumb niggas here. I don't want to do your actual bidding. I don't care about your fucking presence. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. At the end of the day, it takes less money and less effort to stay involved.
very
Less
true.
money and less effort. Think about how much time you have to waste every single day watching the relationship dudes who don't like black women try to talk about politics in the most ignorant nigga fashion that you can ever imagine. All just so that way you can maintain your actual representation without participation level of politics. It's crazy.
And try to bring it back, and then try the craziness about it is then they try to bring what's going on politically back to the black woman, really,
Yes.
to a large extent. And we're looking at what the real dynamics that are going on currently in politics right now. And at the end of the day, let's look at the realities. The black female is not in
In
control of
power.
what's in power of as far as what's
No,
going on,
no,
Oh
what's
no.
going
no,
on now.
no, Nagong, you were wrong. It all have shifted. Everything's Jasmine Crockett's fault now. That's what the
That's right.
grift is.
Yeah. Jasmine Crockett and whoever else.
She's
Yeah,
the new. She's the new Kamala Harris. They
She's the new
found the
it girl.
perfect Democrat to go. So the information the Secretary of Defense giving out over over text, and
No
it's all
problem. Not
Jasmine.
a
Yeah,
problem. Not
not
a
a problem.
problem. Not a
But we
yeah.
can
problem.
do all the grifting about poll of Jasmine Crockett. We found a Democrat we because you know Kamala Harris is out the way. Obama's out the way. Biden. I mean, so we got to find the next black person. And lo and behold, all
It,
eyes is in Texas again.
In comes Jasmine Crockett.
the only one out here really stepping up and doing any fighting, and people are saying how ratchet she is and this, that, and the third. But
She ain't
yet,
from the hood.
no, no,
Oh
no, no, no,
Lord.
not at
Oh,
all. But
the hood
but
controls black people. That's what
but,
our problem is.
but this is where they're going with it. This is where they're going with
She's
it.
a black
And
woman, so she's automatically ratchet. Like,
yeah,
boom,
yeah,
out the
yeah,
gate, ratchet.
She's a
yeah.
black woman with that went to
So
college, got a degree, started her, but she made all her money in politics and oh my goodness.
no,
I mean,
she got a law degree. She's a lawyer, and
yeah,
the whole
yeah,
game.
she had a little successful practice before she became a politician, but she ain't make no real money. Oh my goodness.
Uh, uh,
Yeah,
uh.
But
yeah.
that's I mean making little special. I thought they supposed to be so conservative. Why they got black men dressing up with wigs on with long nails and that's an abomination. But it's okay to do a grift about
Uh, oh,
Jasmine
oh,
Crockett.
yeah, yeah, but remember they'll grab a whack Negro like that, have him do a minstrel because that's really like a minstrel. That's a minstrel outfit. That's another
Oh
minstrel
yeah.
kind of show he's got.
Oh yeah.
He's minstreling up in there, and they find that acceptable, and he's in drag, a drag minstrel, and these guys accept that because this is what these people
Man.
believe you should be
But
doing.
I vote against even though the LBGT and they ain't doing that to me. I vote against 'em. I sit on the couch just to stop, just so because I don't want them. But you're this acceptable that you
No, I'm,
can.
These people
I,
don't even play sports, but they worried about LGBT people in sports. Like, okay, you're gonna throw your whole society out the window. Transgender people are playing sports, and there's some random, let's just call them Mexican because everybody who speaks Spanish is apparently Mexican to these stupid ass people. So, so Mexicans and actual transgender was the reason why they about to cut everything in this country, and that shit works. What? What?
yeah.
No side pick.
Documented Mexicans that pay taxes. They're not gonna get Social Security. No kind of benefits that. But hey, we don't care. They got in
Hey,
they got in line before we did. Even though we had opportunity to be skilled up, build houses, lay bricks, and pour concrete. We had all them. No, we don't want to do that. Rapping is our only way out.
only way. And guess what? When you get through rapping, you can start talking about politics.
Yeah.
Why? Because we're never gonna pick somebody who actually do that shit for a living.
Yeah.
And it's like we always got to take this, you know, one, no, this Dan of all trades. We can't pick people who need to be. So we need Ti to be a doctor, a lawyer, a dentist, something. We can't pick the people who actually listen to ask people who actually do that stuff, right? We always got to go find somebody else to
Yeah,
put.
yeah, a rapper who every rap I hear about complain about the bad deal they got, but they such good lawyer skills and reading skills, they got a bad deal. But now all of a sudden they the best, they can get the best advice out. Huh? What?
Bro. No
Unbelievable.
side pick. Whenever you ask one of these entertainers about politics, they can't wait to show you that they're not a part of the process of change. They
It,
can't wait to show you, and they buck dance in the middle of it, shine their ass all in your face, telling you that they ain't about to change anything.
I mean, what is it? That you come from the hood, you sold dope, you done this, you gang bang, you done all this, everything against the community. Why not go against the community and politically? You ain't gonna get nothing. I'm be for myself. You always have been for yourself.
That's what
When
I'm
you
saying.
sold,
That ain't new.
None of this is new.
That ain't new. It's like, okay, what did they do with the money that they sold drugs with? Yeah, they got bigger beats and a fatter chain to get a whole bunch of people to try to come take that shit away from them. If it ain't the men through abject robbery, it's women through the child support system. And that's what they did. This is why their whole life revolve around women that they ain't supposed to be with and attracting attention from men who's just jealous as fuck of what they got. It's so simple. Avoid all this.
Jealous.
No, I can't look at any of this crazy. It's the stuff people
Oh
that I'm looking
no.
at, people that are looking at are taking some pretty critical sides. I'm looking at this young brother Isaiah Martin. He's there in Texas, running for the 18th congressional district there, 26 years old, saying that we got to make some changes. We got to step up here and really kind of change the dynamics on the ground as well. And I'm looking at young cats like this who are stepping up to the plate, young brothers who we should
Yeah.
be heavily behind on a regular consistent basis, who are definitely taken, who are definitely taken aside, moving forward, running for office, looking to get in Congress. Look like he's got a very good shot in his district. This is the kind of thing that we have to really be looking at and helping to support. And I'm saying even other brothers who are out of state, who are in New York and other places, like see races like this, throw your money to brothers like this as well, help support them
But
in their
these dudes
campaigns and help them to
repeatedly
move
have
forward.
kids and then they don't teach them how to survive in society. So that way
Yeah,
they're dependent on them and their opinion. Let's go with this 4.99 super chat from Info Sports Channel. It's a benefit to some because they like the idea of pulling other black people down to their level. I do agree because these people are not interested in black progression. That's why they are deeply concerned when you work with other people outside of black people. The black people who cannot work with anybody but black people, oh, they are deeply concerned about that. Because at the end of
yeah,
the day, if you find out that you can make it further with dealing with just people who are professionals, they don't have a place in society. They really don't have a place in society
A
at
place where
all.
there's standards, responsibility, accountability.
Oh
You
yeah.
gotta have some decorum when you come in the room. You just can't, you know, hey, you just can't talk, say what's on your mind. You gotta, we talking business, but
Just non-mean your way through it.
yeah, yeah,
Nah, I mean, and fam your way through it, man.
yeah.
That's all it is.
No,
At
I
the end of
mean,
the
fam.
day, this is just where we at.
Yeah,
And here's another thing that is a problem. Like people don't understand that all supremacists follow the same model. It doesn't matter whether you're a black supremacist. It doesn't matter you're a white supremacist. It doesn't matter whether you're a Latin supremacist. It doesn't matter where you are a Native American. Well, there's no such thing as Native American supremacists. They already got this shit. But all supremacists want to be the pontificator class. They have no personal accomplishments on their own. Absolutely none. Two, they heavily leverage the most successful people in the group and talk shit about other groups of people, but they cannot compare themselves individually against other people. They're kind of like this bad faith fucking historian who cares so much about their own racial identity just so long as they can be on top without actually fucking working. Every supremacist follows the same model. What's going on, Exit? And with the black ones, it's even worse because they make white supremacy out to be the enemy. But I'm like, the best white supremacist is a black person who don't have a job, no educations, no aspirations, don't participate in politics, repeatedly date and inseminate the wrong type of woman, then complain about the outcome of the kid, want all of this liberal shit, live in a liberal area, don't vote, don't participate in anything, and then you turn around and people you can clearly see what's going on. You watch multiple slave drafts from the NBA to the MLB to the NFL. You know who drafted at what point and who was in that fucking draft class and how much money that person made and who got traded to who and everything else. But when it comes to actual real shit, you can't do it. Unbelievable.
mm,
Unbelievable.
I mean, I'm still stuck on just basic stuff. I mean, like I live around right outside of Charlotte. All the jobs that are offered for convicted felons, I mean,
Oh yeah,
the government give money to these cities, municipalities, counties for that, but we
they don't
they
understand that
don't
the
do nothing.
federal government is the most honest hiring place in the fucking world.
They
They
have
don't
to
care if you
take
kill
you.
somebody. It
They
just
have to
has to be
take you.
listed on the actual application. They don't even
Thank
look at it.
you. They have to hire you. They will not receive the federal funding if they don't. They've tried. I can't find. Oh my goodness. And like I said, I'm still stuck on the federal government even gave you a contraceptive so you wouldn't have to be in the child support system for free.
No, but because it is free, that's why it's rejected. If it was
Yeah.
presented in the form of a hustle or a con, they would totally fucking get it. But they can't get it because they got to feel like they're actually screwing somebody over or getting away with some shit before they can actually go do something, right? All right, so let's go to the next thing. I'm gonna say this statement, and it's gonna sound crazy, but it's true. Either you fix all of my problems, or I will celebrate the destruction of your entire system
and and while I don't participate,
at all. Let me come over here. Let me stand close to y'all. Let me see what y'all doing. Because when they're talking about, oh, they don't do something for us. No, no, no. They don't do nothing for non-participators. That's what they mean. They don't want to hear what participators get. They want to hear what non-participators get.
We'll make this whole thing crash and burn.
Yes,
Oh,
we would just
okay. I
stand
mean,
around with our weight of inaction and watch all of you dudes pull the actual sled itself. It's kind of like a
hey, what
bunch of
about
people waiting on an actual insurance payout when none of them paid the premium.
at every funeral waiting on hey somebody pass away after the funeral with a check? Well, you didn't pay the premium. What? Well, I shouldn't. I'm entitled for no. Remember, we came to you and asked you want to donate that $20 every other week. You said no.
Yeah,
I,
but they go
I'm
out of their way to go listen to people that they shouldn't be listening to. They follow the advice of people that they shouldn't be listening to. They fail, and then they point to a black woman. It's called Cedric Webb. She's the problem. If she was perfect, I wouldn't have made all these mistakes. So now their actual thing is being reflected back upon the women that they want to be with, and they want to blame the women for the reason why they ain't anything. It doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it does. It's easy. That's the easy. That's the easy target. That's what makes me feel comfortable. What I listen to when I listen to it. That what makes me feel somebody else is the cause of my problem. It can't be me cause the way I when I look in the mirror, I actually see me being progressive, and you was a do nothing person. I
That's just where
mean,
we're at with this. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And it's like, okay, so we're sitting here three, what we're 9 weeks in now? Yeah, 9 weeks in.
yeah.
Could be the 10th week, but let's go with 9 weeks in. What has been done at the beginning of his term? It haven't even hit yet in the economy. And I'm not sure why it's not hitting yet in the economy either. These tariffs and these reciprocal tariffs and these tariffs, and Donald Trump actually saying that he doesn't care whether things go up. He doesn't care. Right now, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, and I went to the grocery store because I just left Walmart. Eggs was 7.50 for a 12 pack. 12,
and it's only here in America.
7.50.
It's like that
Only here
all
in
over the
America.
world. All
In
over the world,
Mexico,
egg prices.
dozen of eggs, $2. Haven't changed.
I think he's trying to destroy the economy.
Yeah, but I
There's
don't
no
get why he's trying to destroy it. I don't get the why behind it.
I, I think he doesn't really have a why. I think he's just in here trying to run his own his own program, this 2025, and they are really pushing hard to hurt black folks and others, but at the same time, they want to act like they're looking after some other folks, and don't care what else, whatever else happens. I mean, it doesn't. It's schizophrenic. It doesn't make sense, because these guys are way out there, but this is what we see.
Well,
I so
to me, they study people so well that they know what these people want. They'll, like you say, they'll rather see this thing crash and burn. And from my observation, you know, they didn't the people they anything with any common sense, we don't want to listen to it. I mean, Social Security, older people, elderly, we don't care. Put them, cast them down to the sodomites or wherever they need to go. We
uh,
don't, we don't want to be bothered with them. They're a burden on society. I, it beats
it,
all I ever.
I really think that these guys are just that they're out here looking to destroy the economy. As to why, you don't really will get a very good answer to that, but that's where we're heading. That's going to be the end result of a lot of this, and these fools are talking about, well, I'm looking forward to get a third term. Third term, dude, you may not get out of this one if things go the way I think things are going to go. But yeah, these guys don't have they don't have a plan, and I think that's something that we're seeing, and that's why I'm looking at these black conservatives who call themselves black conservatives. Where's your victory? Where are you winning?
Where are your
Where
third
where
party people at? Like, what are they
Show me
fighting
where
for?
you're winning it. Show me where you're
What are
winning it.
libertarians fighting for? Where are
what
they at?
Yeah,
where Georgetown and the Green Party? I mean, what I mean,
Any
you
press
don't come out.
conferences?
Yeah,
No,
I
nothing.
mean, where's some solutions that other than vote for me just to stop the Democrats from winning because they're not giving me what we want? What? I mean,
and they're trying to figure out. Well, still a Democrat, still a Democrat. I mean, I understand. There's an awful lot of anti-democratic, anti-democratic party a sentiment here. Fair enough. They're
yeah, rightfully so,
Democrats are
rightfully
not
so.
in power right now. So we see what else is going on. What's up, man?
I mean, it amazes me the conservatives I've talked to. They have no Social Security. Look, I say, okay, forget the younger crowd. What about the elderly that paid to, help build the country? They deserve. They don't get. They at least they get some care. To get the little check. Go. Well, we got to make some tough choices. Oh my goodness.
Bruh.
I
You know,
mean, do you realize the anarchy that'll happen when people are not working or out of? Trust me. Do you think I like all these people getting food stamps? Hey, no. But I know the if you have a place with no governance, the anarchy that will go on, and that hey, I don't believe they know what the word anarchy mean. I mean, I just don't know. I mean,
They're not real concerned about that, man. They're not real concerned about that. The only thing they're
well,
concerned about is because all this is in service of bringing the women back to the table, right?
oh, I forgot about that. The John Brown
Yeah,
women.
yeah.
The Yeah. Now I
All this stuff
now
at some point is just gonna cash in.
yeah, all these conservative women out here now. You can't go get none of them, but you can.
No, of course not.
No, 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 no.
and I'm going to get back on this again because we've asked this question many times and I haven't gotten an answer. Let us talk about the development of young black men and black boys and all of that. Where is all of this now? Where is all of this adding up? Where's all the energy as far as that is concerned? Um, I don't see much talk or people really talking about any kind of programs and so forth with this administration to really bring up to see how that's going to they're going to be able to see how this is going to work well for us. I see none of that at this stage. Okay, fine. We want to talk about the Democrats. Okay, that's great. There were programs that actually Kamala and then we're talking about. Now I don't see any of that on the Republican side. Where
Oh, of course not. No, nothing.
where
Well,
is
they're
where is the interest on this? Where are our people stepping up who are on the right, the the black MAGA? Where are they with that? 4 more years of this? What are you guys? What are you guys looking to put on the table with respect to that? I saw Anthony Mackie. The Captain America guy talking about where is the black men are not men anymore. Okay, men are not men anymore. Where's the program to make it to make you men and to really support young black males growing up to be men and all this. Where's all of this now? Where's all that energy? I'm just looking to see if we hear any of that from that side. If they've picked that side, where is that energy?
Hey,
Where is that on that side?
Cedric
I'd be
Webb,
interested to see
I'm telling you, these conservative women on some proximity to whiteness and people who got their shit together shit. They're not even worried about these grifting ass black dudes. Like you never see that. You don't even see them nowhere in the same vicinity. Emperor Sports Channel 499 again. This is the same thing that happens on the other side. Think about the younger women who follow Candace Owens or the real Dana. Bro,
it.
people let the
Ooh,
real Dana run her fucking mouth about all this
about
shit.
nonsense.
And she didn't say anything about what the government has been doing to black people while in there. Nor has Judge Joe Brown coon ass. He hasn't been doing it either.
but all these people had something to say. That's what I'm saying
All the
before. They all Candace about black men. Dana, all of them. Even Judge Joe Brown. Where are they on this? Where are you? I mean, I ask this every week. Where are these people? No one says anything. No response to this. None
oh the
whatsoever.
response is to do nothing Democrats. That's it. I mean, that's the foil in all this is Democrats. Not to it's to do nothing. They're not doing enough. They ain't fighting. Okay. That's a good point. But you vote for these people in office, but then you want this other party, other people to come along and help you go against the chaos you done help create it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. Okay. So I got a question. Imagine you don't have a side pick, and then you have this bill in Florida. Let's look at Florida for real quick. Florida child labor bill would let minors as young as 14 work overnight. Mm, mm, mm.
Damn.
I wonder what party that guy's a part of.
You got child labor laws that we've had in this that we've had here
Yeah.
in this country now for over 90 years. Now take a look at what these guys are talking about.
Byron Donalds down in Florida. Can we get some help against the little children that's gonna have to go work at these places, get exploited? Can we get some help, or you still working on the cabinet position, or your next run for governor, which
Man, come
they're
on,
not gonna
bro.
let
You
you
know
win.
Byron Donalds ain't about to be part of nothing. Come on, man, bro. They slow walk that dude into a buzzsaw, and that dude's just sitting there in half, trying to get his face back together. But look, if you don't have a side pick, could you tell me what went wrong? Okay, so we wanted the Mexicans to go home so we could put 14-year-olds to work overnight. That's what this is about?
Think about that. Going
Hmm.
against child labor laws.
They already made it legal in what is it, Arkansas,
Yeah.
Huckabee.
Arkansas was,
I
yeah, yeah,
mean,
yeah. Yeah,
why? I
Arkansas was
mean,
the test case. Yeah.
so why not just ain't nobody gonna say nothing about it? Well, let's not expand it.
Hey,
You
you don't get a
you a
real Dana
juvenile,
talking
you
about
a
that.
juvenile.
Mm-mm.
You just think juvenile. You at juvenile hall. You 10, 11, 12 year old. Well, you can go over here and do some work for free.
Yeah.
But hey, I, I mean, that's no problem. That we just gonna use that. Well, they're not doing nothing nowhere at the juvenile hall, so they can go do some work. And you missed the setup on how they start off small, In a place like Arkansas, like you said, the test, we'll move it here. Oh, they ain't gonna say nothing. And now then, here we is in the streets here, 15, 20 years later. They shouldn't make the little black kids get their work like that in this slave labor. Where was you at when they first started it? What was the organization at? What I mean, somebody can call it out. And we calling it out right here. You think anybody gonna listen to us?
Hey, MOT, real quick, drop a link in the chat one more time for Renaissance.
Okay, all right. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I mean, just imagine you ain't got no side pick, and this is what is actually going on here, right? All right, they're going to link Renaissance. Hold on a second. Said the web, historical black figures in the military are being removed. Black museums are
Museums are
being defunded.
defunded.
ACT. Very true. But Dr. Traumabond Hassan Johnson got time for movie reviews, shaking my damn head. Yes,
Oh
he
no!
does.
Oh
No
no!
time for
Say
the 18
oh
point
no!
agenda.
Where
Why would
is
we
the
need to
18?
concentrate on that?
I was going to ask you, where is the 18-point agenda? Where is that?
Amen. Amen.
Where did that go?
He just waiting
Oh,
his time.
it's on pause till the election time.
Yes.
Next
You got to
election.
wait till Democrats get back in power so that way we can start complaining about stuff, right? Okay, let's look at this story right here. All right. Trump administration slash funding for enforcement of fair housing laws. So when people ask dumbass questions, what has the Democrats done? We don't know. Just tell us again. Tell us again, and we'll remember this time. Like, okay, all the stuff was in place for a reason, but now it's not there. XC, thanks for the $5 super chat. The more messed up, dysfunctional people are, equal more arrests, equal more court cases, equal more lawyer fees, equal more money, money, money in these institutions. Yes, these people are interested in creating failed kids to cover up themselves. Like these people love actually sleeping on a nice bed of lost men. They love this stuff this way. Don't let nobody tell you that they don't, because they do love it this way. They don't. There ain't no way in the hell that they're gonna be able to tell these people anything about how anything really works. Right?
That is a
That's what
fact.
it is. That's what it is.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
Yeah,
That's
I
precise.
mean, just equal. I mean, giving out government money for equal housing. I mean, like I know plenty of young females around. It's a government program. We get low interest rate for homes. Help them find. They help you. Now you have
Yes.
a NACA or something like that. And now, no, we can just pick out who we want. We want little Susie to get the house now. Well, what about me? Well, what about you? You didn't even participate, so we don't care. We can pick out who we
Oh,
want
of
to.
course not. Yeah.
Well, it ain't right. Oh, we don't care about your
Of
right now.
course not. Of course
That's
it isn't
that's the only
right.
thing you can do. That's the only thing you say is it ain't right. You can't go down there and early vote. It just I don't know what have these people like. My they putting the free they putting the through government funding. They get ready to put a bathroom in my grandma's house. My cousin found a, you know, what they got all kinds. They always have had it out here.
Yeah.
Folks just never did take advantage of it.
Nope.
No,
Now,
no.
now imagine you ain't got no side pick, and you need to be caught up every 5 seconds on what's going on. While all these things are flying off the shelf during a very specific administration, and you still need to be brought up to speed. Like, what do you spend your time doing?
I mean, they're literally coming after you. These people are
Yeah,
literally coming at. I mean, I heard of the what are they doing in the military museums now? They're
yeah.
erasing your
Erasing the black
participation,
history right in front of your
erasing
face.
it, and these conservatives are quiet about this.
This is what they
Yeah, well,
see.
I
This is what
mean,
they see.
Jackie Robinson, he was a Republican. We
He
gonna
was a
let them.
Republican. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but I reckon reparations will fix everything. I mean,
Black man want to be carried by the black woman, and we found ourselves one of these actual things here. That's right, young man. That's right, young man. Dare, guy. Dare, dare,
Look,
dummy.
and I honestly do believe that's the grift that's the grift they was hoping come out Kamala wins just so they
Yeah,
can keep it up.
yeah.
And I mean, the algorithm going on YouTube is going. I'm riding down the road listening Savvy Sab or the Real Dino or whoever. They same grift is Democrats. Feel
Yeah.
advised.
Democrat
Demetria,
bad.
okay.
Democrat
Dem-
bad.
okay. What
Immigrant
about
go to
this?
jail good.
What about this administration getting ready to cut Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare for elderly FBA people? Crickets. People
But
done worked
gone,
all their whole lives.
you're winning
gone.
politically. Yeah, yeah.
You might want to mute up. I'm about to drop something here that you might want to mute up.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on a second. Oh man. Like this is what like when I hear dudes talk about relationships, I'm telling you right now, this is what I see. No, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me get the other one. Yeah. Hold on a second. Save as. What's going on, Renaissance man? What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up?
You there?
What's up?
Yeah,
Oh
what's going
man,
on, man?
Nah,
what's
nothing
going
much.
on?
Nothing much.
Hey, what you got to add so far about these people with no side pick, but they want to do political analysis?
Uh,
Ahistorical political analysis.
nah. It's wild because here we are. What four? No, not even four. Probably 8 weeks in, maybe 10. Uh, into this administration, and you're just kind of now starting to do the analysis. Um, and to be honest with you, uh, the uh, the opposition is already on the retreat. Well, I guess if you think about it, on their side is already on the retreat. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but you got a special election coming up on Tuesday.
Yep.
Yep.
Two in
In Florida.
Florida
In Florida.
and one in Wisconsin. And I looked this up today. The districts in Florida, one of them was a Trump 30 plus district,
Yes.
and the polls have this guy running 5 points ahead the Republican, and they've said some internal polls actually have him losing. And you notice they pulled at least Stefanik back. So
Yeah, because she was
at,
gonna lose
at
that seat.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
so
yeah.
at this
Yeah, she's gonna lose that
at this
seat.
point the agenda may be at risk, which is wild because if you haven't even started commenting or picking, like, we're at what 100 days will be what, the end of April, is that right?
Yep.
So like if you've missed the first 100 days, I mean that's not everything, but I
Oh my
mean
god.
you're pretty much through the first term almost, halfway through, the time to get something done. Because once this turns into 2025 and really the outcome of this election, you might even see some of these moderates say, hey, we got to back off because these people are scared to do town halls. So if you were going to organize and get something like that, time, that window is quickly closing.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is yeah. Yeah, but this is when Keisha is a problem. When you at the table. This is when Keisha is officially the problem.
Oh Lord. God, help me.
BGS's
Oh,
negotiating table, man.
oh my god. That.
And what y'all scared of, man?
Oh man.
Wait,
Oh man.
MOT,
But
it is four dudes. So what? You tell me they got to compete, and one dude's gonna be
Yes,
left
they
out?
do. They got to compete
They
for
gotta use
this.
they gotta use their brain and strategize on
Yes,
and
they do.
how to become politically, how to get something out of politics versus
Hmm.
just sitting there that dumb look on their face. Oh, look, a notification just came, popped up. O'Shea Duke Jackson just put out a. That's another one. Hot tomati.
But anyway, you're hitting that right on the head, RM. The bottom line, very simply, is these guys are putting themselves in a quandary right now. Like I said, Stefanik, they just pulled her back. I'll find it. What did Trump say? I'll find another position for her a little bit later on, because these guys, I'll find.
Never, never.
Never. She's out because they know they're getting ready to lose the Congress if they, with the stuff they're pulling.
I mean,
So
but how do they think that they're gonna not do these town halls and they're somehow gonna just pull the wool over these people's eyes, and it's not gonna be a bloodbath when it comes to actually 2026? Like I don't understand that.
I understand it very well. They could they voters have all they have everything they wanted. They've been able to feed them and talk to them in kind of way for years,
Yeah, they
and
have actually.
they just feel like it was the woman in Indiana I was looking at earlier, and she talked to her people like a dog, and just still feed them that Fox News Breitbart same lines over and over, and they wasn't falling. They wasn't falling for it. They was like, no, we need some checks and balances. You are going to well, the same, and they just think people are stupid, which
well,
some of them are, but
well.
they do
See,
have.
this is coming out of hitting them. This is coming out of hitting people in the wallets now. People, and if you've paid into Social Security and so forth, you're not getting that money. They're cutting it back. You got a bunch of young kids up in there cutting you back to the fat meat that don't know and don't give a damn about what's going on. There are a lot of people who are not feeling this. There are a lot of people who are not feeling
Yet,
this,
yet.
and yeah, these town halls are very, very, very indicative of what's happening. You see, these people here they're taking some heat, and there are no Democrats in the room. There are not any
Yeah.
Democrats in the room. There are no
Well, they're
demos in the
paid.
room.
All of them are paid Democrat operatives. They paid
Yeah.
to come.
Always.
George Soros paid all them to come in and
That's
just
what we
cause
need, man.
chaos.
Somebody
Yeah.
like us. Somebody like us in there. That's what we need.
Yeah. Oh man.
Is
No,
that
they haven't
Byron
heard our
Donalds?
point of view. Yeah. Look like them.
Oh, these T-Rexes.
That's what we need, man.
Yeah. Yes.
No, we
Yes,
need some
indeed.
representation, some different representation that we ain't never had before.
Oh my gosh. Incredible. Incredible.
And think about it. Other races and other groups of people, like when I'm around Sikhs or when I'm around Muslims, dude, they don't talk about their politics, and there's no such thing as your ass not participating.
Oh no,
There
no
is no
sir, no
such
sir,
thing.
no. You 18, you will go register.
Yes.
You will go register to vote. Cause guess what? Like I've driven over the country for 20 years, and I've seen what these other groups have. They 14, 15-year-old children in there running multi-million-dollar businesses.
Yes.
Oh yes, you will. You will get up in the morning. What do you leave that inward stuff at the door, and you gonna come run this business?
But they know what's going to adversely affect them. They understand
Thank you.
politics is going to affect them. They understand that. They thoroughly understand that through immigration and everything else. They understand that this is going to affect them. And we have a lot here who somehow think this politics is not going to have any effect on you. Well, you may not get involved with politics, but politics is certainly going to get involved with you.
Oh yes,
And
sir.
and you have to understand that. And that's what we've been trying to do here. But we've had a lot of people try to go against it. And I saw, who forget his name right now. Once again, talking about, well, y'all who sat out of this election, y'all the heroes.
Oh, Dennis Sperling.
Dennis
Dennis
Sperling.
Burley,
Well, I,
unbelievable that a
I
man like
I
that would
just
make that
want
type
my
of statement.
taxes. I ain't want to pay no taxes. Okay.
What? What? As to what's going on right now, and they're trying to literally erase your history in this country. And this is you talking about your taxes. Do you understand what these people are actually saying and intend for you? Do you understand that?
They
Unbelievable.
think it's a joke. Like I say, I believe they think it's a joke. Like, it's. I mean, COVID.
That's just what
I
we are.
mean, yeah, COVID was a joke. The people start dying.
Yes, it was.
I mean, I I try my. I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not going to stop telling people something that's factual, and I keep telling people that you're gonna have to participate in the process. That's just the end point. In the end of it. I mean, these these Looney Tune Christian conservative. You don't they these little churches. They got their own little beliefs and little stupid stuff like picking up rattlesnakes and stuff. I showed the video of that where they pick up rattlesnakes and they take the scripture literally where they pick up the rattlesnake and if the rattlesnake bites you and you die, that means you weren't living righteous. I'm like, look, these are the people that you work with that you don't even know like this. They are Looney Tunes. And they'll
Oh
get
yeah.
voted as a judge. They on the county commissioners. They on your city boards, school board of education. They in your Congress and they just keep moving up, and they bring their ideas with them that this is the way it gotta be. Women thought it was a joke. I just can't vote for Kamala, but they are pushing an agenda where you sit your rump at home, you don't vote, and you just do what we tell you to. You pop out babies, and
Renaissance. Do you have anything else to say on this?
Wait, say it again.
Do you have anything else to say on this?
No, I think you guys covered it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
this
man.
is this.
That's just where we at, man. I'm trying to get this fighting belligerent avatar right, but I'm getting there. I'm getting close. Getting close.
Well, you got the cornrows
and
working.
Renaissance man,
Yeah.
when you brought up a good point about them pulling her from the UN, that lets you know that they are concerned about. They think that we got all the power, we got all the say so. That they really don't. They know he had no other choice but to pull her from there because
Had to.
hey, had to. And that shit, if that ain't a light bulb to a lot of people that yes, the people do still have the power. I don't know what else to. And by you not participating is not gonna help out the situation.
Oh no.
I mean,
But a
I
lot of these
mean,
people are interested in things getting worse as the situation. You know.
that's just another grift. How things are. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we can go back to since they worried about jobs getting shipped overseas. Go back to when Tricky Dick made that special trip over there to China. It wasn't no relations. It was for to sell out the middle class. I
Yes.
mean, I mean, what? I mean, Dwight. I mean, it was the federal government that FDR to come along after they tried all this tariff and all this crazy stuff to get the country back going. It was a government system that had to come in to help the country get back on track.
Yes.
But I mean, what did y'all not pay attention in history and civics? I mean, on what happened?
Nah,
I
man.
mean, this
When you're talking
crazy
about
tariff.
civic, man, they thinking Honda, bro. Like they're not even thinking about government.
Only time they think they Civic, they on Ronnie on Players Club, a Honda Civic. That's the only Civic they only thinking about. I mean,
It,
and I do research on what leads you up to this, what have led us up to this point, and we all can agree that yeah, there have been many missteps on the Democratic side, but these Republicans from Tricky Dick on up, I mean, when
yeah,
they
man.
come in, they come in for sledgehammer the stuff. I mean, if you
No,
couldn't
The
see,
stuff that
if we
works.
couldn't,
The stuff that works and been
yes,
working.
if you
dude,
couldn't see after the second Bush, George W. Bush, what he done, I mean, good gracious, I mean,
and
what
it's only gotten worse.
only gotten
Yes.
worse. And if
Only
you couldn't
gotten
see
worse.
what he done, him and Dick Cheney and Scooter Libby and Dick and Colin Powell and Condi Rice and Donald Rumsfeld, they done a hit piece on this country. I'm like, Well, Bush, same thing. At least Bush gave us a little piece of a check. Of course he gave you a check. Everything was rolling good.
Well,
That's how he won that re-election, man. Because if he didn't give out that stimulus check in September, I don't think he would have won. I think John Kerry would have won, and I think John Kerry would have been his Hillary Clinton-esque type of politician. It would have been slightly better than Bush, but not by much because they still roll in the same circles. But
Rolling the same circles.
yeah,
No,
yep.
no,
But
no. I mean, think about this. Trump has managed to crash an economy in 8 weeks.
he's taken it down, and just look at the moronic moves this guy has
The
made.
dude got
Just look
into
at
the
the moves
pilot
this
seat
guy
and
has made.
and immediately got rid of the rear
No,
stabilizer.
no. It will see. Destroyed the economy, have pretty much like hung all your allies out to dry, where they're pretty much
Yes.
like, well, we can't really deal, bro. Depend on the states. In
oh
eight
yeah,
weeks, just dismantled the federal
8
agencies,
weeks.
defied the courts.
we got the best
Like,
military in the world. We can just take on everybody.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah. let's see
okay.
how that works. Like it like that shows you how insulated and how restrained this dude was the first time. Like
yeah,
versus
yeah,
what he's done coming in this time around.
very true.
And imagine not having a side pick and pretending that you winning because you over there. Are you winning because you over there? How? How are you
Unreal.
winning? And these people with type of no type of identity, they go from panel to panel, hoping that they don't get stomped to sleep or feel bad because they're just a dumbass individual, and they just sit there and like, please don't shine the light on me. Please don't shine the light on me. No, just let me sit here. Just let me sit amongst you. Like, oh my God, how stupid can you be to not
Be
participate in actual democracy, to watch all these things get worse, and to try to blame Democrats for it still at some point?
no tangibles, no vote. Okay.
All that idiocy, this FBA madness, and all this. Where is your
Failed black
we
Americans.
we stood out. We hurt the Democratic Party. That's what we try to do. Where are you benefiting? Where's
How
your
do they
victory?
walk around? I mean, how do they walk
Where's your
around
victory?
without like an infrared just tracking their every move? I would be afraid. I would be afraid to do some of the stuff I see these people doing out here. I would be honestly be afraid of that. I don't think I could go around life pretending like everything's fine. I don't think I can do that. I just don't think I can do that. And trying to blame women for stuff when the women are not in charge. So if the plan was always to blame the women, don't you think it would make more sense for the women to still be there?
The,
Damn.
the women are not in charge. They're not in charge. They're not making the decisions. We notice that we know this. Anyone who's looking at things politically here right now, women are not in charge.
No
So
women.
okay, where are your victories? Where are you guys lining up? What are you asking for? What's going on here? What's going on? How are you winning politically? I would like to. I would like to see. I would like to see this. I would like to see how this works.
But
They're
they don't.
gone. They will get to it, but they got to cover magazine dreams first.
Oh my god!
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's
talk about the
always
masculine.
something else
Oh
to
my
cover other than what
god!
needs to be covered. There's
Oh
always another relationship that need to be talked about
my god!
rather than you
Just
not picking a goddamn side.
just Hilarious and Corey Holcomb beefing. Who can how's that gonna help you out?
I
Angel
mean,
Reese. What
sh-
what possibly could Angel Reese be doing in your life that could stop you from being productive?
sheer entertainment. These guys, these folks are here for nothing but entertainment. They're not here for anything else. Not about progress. Not about moving things forward. Not about critical information. Nothing. Sit back and entertain. That's all this is. From that standpoint, that's all that's going on. It's all that's going on. No critical thought, no critical analysis, nothing.
It was a funeral Saturday of this man, and it probably was the second biggest funeral I went to, and everybody got up there said Mr. Garman was a hard working man ever since they've known him. I mean, he poured concrete all over the state of North Carolina. People knew him. Everybody said that the man was productive his whole life. You can't get some of these cats to be productive for 20 minutes.
No, you cannot. And you know what? Man, I get tired of these emails. I get them. MOT, man, you can get a lot of people in here if you could just talk about bullshit. Block. Out of here. Don't worry about it. Fuck out of here. Fuck are you talking about? I could get more people in here if I just yeah, of course. I could get more mice in this restaurant if I just not took care of things. Of course I can do that. Of course I can have
Get
more
more
ants
roaches in there
inside
if you
this
leave.
restaurant.
Yeah,
Of course I can
if
do
you
that.
leave food everywhere, of course. Leave
Yeah,
crumbs everywhere.
you can attract more roaches if you just don't sweep the floors.
Yeah.
Th- throw more food on the floor, and just leave it there.
I'm gonna call ICE on you because you got an immigrant. You got an immigrant in there sweeping the floor for you, and just so you can get roaches in there. Is the immigrant bothering you? You,
Yeah.
you did. We did offer you the job. You said that that's beneath you. Okay.
Job been here
Yeah,
forever. Always a
MOT.
problem.
No,
Yeah.
you can save money in your trucking business if you just don't change the oil in your trucks.
Yeah. No. If I don't drive, period, I could
or,
save all the money.
Yeah.
or don't, or
Just buy
don't,
one of
or
them
don't,
trucks from Elon Musk to drive yourself.
or don't change your tires or something. I mean, it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
It's just
DOT,
crazy.
they ain't got nothing else better to do. You steer tires at 132nd when they're supposed to be at 432nd. But
Yeah.
hey, just let it be. Yeah.
But here's the other thing. I didn't know that there was this many amount of non-working class men in this country who was upset at a lot of shit. I did not know that.
Well, you
I
hit
did
the
not
nail
know
on the
that there
head.
was this amount of non-working class personnel who was pissed off at a rapidly moving society. Like I was in your neighborhood uh past couple of days. I had a death issue with one of my trucks, so I was in Columbia, South Carolina, and I was going to this Motel 6. I didn't stay there because the lady was rude as shit. I'm like, man, fuck that. We will go stay somewhere else. But I was outside, waiting on my Uber to take me to another hotel, and this guy came up and he wanted to talk about politics. This guy went from one stupid ass thing to say to another, to another, to another. And it was like he rattled it off like it was nothing. First, he asked me, "Did I listen to Theo Vaughn?" I'm like, "No, I don't listen to Theo Vaughn." And then he thought he was about to get a check from all the money that Elon Musk is saving. Then I had to
Wait, is
explain
this
to
a white
him,
guy, MOT?
"Yeah, oh, of course, it's a white guy.
Oh
Of
gosh.
course." I
Um,
mean, so this guy was telling me like, well, what's all wrong with the country? I'm like, dude, what do you think a perfect country is? And he was like, well, you know what? We just need to go back to the way things used to be. What time period
What?
that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
What?
okay, so what time period did you want to go back to that was excellent for everybody?
With dead silent.
I just
Yeah,
don't.
dead silent, and it's like slow motion. And he was like, just going back. Okay, 1940s. Okay, that shit wasn't good. 1930s. Okay, that shit wasn't good either. And he was like, good for who? I'm like, that's right. Good for who? Yeah,
Well,
like
if
you
you
want to
want,
go back to this shit. And I'm like, bro, these people walk around, they got kids, they
Bro,
got
like
jobs, they operate machinery. These people are done, cooked.
Bro,
If
the
they
thing
want
I
to see a
don't get is
perfect
like,
country, just go across to Canada.
I don't
They
even
more perfect than us. Go to Germany. They
how
more
do you
perfect than us.
romanticize and nostalgize an era that you weren't even alive in? That's what I don't get.
God.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like they don't understand. Like if you give whites all the power, okay, look at Europe. When did that ethno state shit that they was totally satisfied with the ethno state? How long did that shit last? Doesn't last that long. As soon as they get all the power, as soon as the clock strikes midnight, they're gonna turn around and just start going in on each other. The same thing is what happens when you get all these black supremacist power. You give them all the power to own everything. Guess what's gonna happen? That's not gonna be enough. They're gonna start going in on each other right after they get the power to do whatever the hell they want to do. It's not different. Politics is not hard. Like right now, politics is way easier. It's super polarized. We know how things worked during the Biden administration, and we know how things are working post the Biden administration. We know how the economy works. We know about USAID programs that we should never be concerned about listening to or hearing about.
Oh no, MOT. You've got people who are in the pro black space who literally are saying that the closing of USAID was a good thing because
Oh, I know.
because
I know.
no because the CIA runs coups out of USAID.
Okay, so
Unbelievable
And here's the
clouds of incredible.
you you
It's incredible to hear some of this.
you make an interesting point bringing up CIA. Oh, this stuff the CIA, they covert operations. But guess what? Guess who benefited off all the CIA dirty work? You did here in America.
Well,
What
Yeah.
are you talking about? You benefited off of it so America could be what it is. And you complaining?
well, if we want to sit here and talk about who did USAID hurt the most when they started cutting this back?
The farmers.
Who that
Of
hurt the
course.
most? That hurt the most?
Hey
So
man.
these people,
Hey,
so
hey,
these
hey.
people talking about
Okay,
coups
so
and
this
stuff.
is some shit that we got to get. There is no such thing as a transgender agenda within the Democratic Party. Okay? Transgender motherfuckers make up 1% of the fucking country.
no
I guarantee
that's
you,
them.
I can guarantee you, you have never ran into a transgendered person anywhere this fucking week. Transgender is not a fucking issue.
No. Here's what happened, MOT. It's the same thing when they're like, "Oh, there's a gay agenda." No, no, like no.
And before
Basically,
that,
what
there was a
happened
black
was
agenda. And before that, there was a Jewish agenda. And then before
like
that, there was a communist agenda. And it's like, dude, they keep getting you with these agendas. And it's like, look,
no, no. What they do is they find local issues and like small, like minute issues of, oh my god, a transgender person is competing in the sports. It's like, why is the president making this a national issue? Like, there are local like sports leagues and authorities that will like say, hey, this is the policy, we're against it, even school boards. Yet somehow people don't see the banana in the tailpipe of, wait, why is the president talking about less than 1% of the population? And why is the president talking about local sports? Like, you're not sitting up here having the president debate on what the cutoff age is for kids to be able to play like little league or high school ball or whatever like that. But somehow they need to talk about transgender issues, and this needs to be the leading
okay,
issue in a presidential race. And
okay.
then
Exactly.
So,
you need to
so
say,
Alfred, the first one.
and then you need to say it's Democrats who are pushing an agenda. And that's
Okay,
the other thing somehow.
okay. So Alfred, the first one. I know this is not information that you want to hear or know. Did you know Durango, Colorado, across the world, is the highest per capita sexual reassignment place in the world? And transgenders are not even an issue there in Durango, Colorado. I guarantee you nobody even fucking knew that. But there is no transgender issue that is more important than the closing of government fucking offices. There ain't enough transgender motherfuckers that they can actually concentrate on. Where are these celebrity transgender people? Okay, let's look at the actual Kardashian father mother person.
Caitlyn or
That's a
Brooke Jenner,
Republican.
whatever.
That is a Republican. I don't see that Republican out here trying to make themselves be the transgender. Like there is no agenda. The only reason why it's an issue is because Christian conservatives made it an issue. And the
Yep,
Democratic Party's actual issue is you can't shit on non-represented people in society.
that was it. And
And
they and they try to then paint it as an agenda that they were pushing on you.
Yes,
And it was
and the
and
thing
that was
was,
misinformation.
we used to be in the transgender position. And before that, like Latinos and actual the actual immigrants and transgender now is what black people used to be in the 70s to these people.
Yeah,
It's not a
hell,
big deal. It's not a big issue. Remember when Fox News was running that Black Panther Party bullshit when Obama first got into office? Like that's what the transgender issue is. The
yeah.
Black Panther Party people that don't have any type of power, no fucking members, but they blew that situation up into a national news story for years.
They did him and remember Roy Ayers and all that,
Yeah.
domestic terrorism and all that. We know who the domestic terrorists are, but here
Yes.
they we know actually who they are now. We know who the domestic terrorists are, but yet they were trying to paint those guys as being the existential threat to America at that stage, and Obama was a
black
terrorist and all that.
identity extremists, and
Yeah. Now there are issues that 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 are issues, but it's not for the whole of the population. Like I don't believe in you identifying with a woman and all of a sudden you get put in a women's fucking prison. I think that's fucking crazy. Okay, that's a real issue. That's a real issue for real. But it doesn't affect that many people. Okay, all right, let's go with it. I live in Cali. My neighbor is transgender, literally, and no problem. But I've seen a trans girl in high school win state. Man, I listen. If you strap your kids up in any type of protective fucking equipment and send them out there to run into other fucking people, it's quite literally you don't give a fuck about your child. I don't care. If look, listen. When people looked at Shaq, they thought that motherfucker was transgender too. Okay, a fucking 7'2" big ass hunk of fucking human being. Like, look, the competition's out there. You're gonna have to deal with the competition. How you gonna deal with it? Now, if you want to restrict it based on testosterone levels and shit, that's the way you get to it. You just don't worry about what motherfuckers are transgender or not. You just can't be taking no fucking hormones and doing these fucking sports. That's it. Like, there's smarter ways to go about getting them out of sports by but just trying to get them out of sports. Like, dude, that's not even a real issue because most people don't even let their kids play sports. Think about it. The people on the field, 18 to 20 people out of a whole side of town that get to play. And most of the motherfuckers are on the bench and they're not even good enough to play. So the transgender issue is I understand you don't want to see these motherfuckers and all, but dude, they're here. And it's not even that big of a deal. It isn't.
also I want to piggyback on a lot of these so-called Christian conservatives. They have issues because they cross-dress
Yes,
behind the
they do.
scenes. They are homosexual behind the scene, but they don't want to come out front with it because you hear about it all the time, but it get covered up like it's nothing. And I don't know what people think this is, but behind the scenes, they 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 do that kind of stuff. But then they want to come out here to the public like oh, it's all about moral. No, it's all about an agenda that you want to push, that you want to get power and subjugate everybody else.
Bro, Colorado, we had to focus on the family, dude, right? like, dude, we have some fucking scandals in this fucking state. Wait, hold on. Let me see what you said. Say, man. You say you don't agree with trans in prison. They would call that transphobic. No, it isn't. That's not. No. Now, if you went through the surgery, I agree with it. This whole identify as, I don't agree with that. No. Shit, I would shit. If I'm going to jail, I would identify as a fucking woman. Shit, be locked up with women rather than men. The fuck, nigga. If you dumb enough to let me fucking do that shit, then okay, nigga, that's on you.
Latifah.
Yeah, man, fuck out of here. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a big issue. I mean, I think that it is an issue for people. I know a lot of people just don't fuck with them at all, don't want to see them, don't want to be by them. But their actual position isn't that much. It's the whole equal protection under the law piece but it takes an overall historical narrative of understanding what the actual issue of transgender is rather than them just being them. Because conservatives are scapegoating those people without lots of protections in society. That's mostly what the transgender issue is about. Like the conservatives are running the culture war around who they are, but the actual issue is the actual the more equal protection piece and scapegoating those people for shit that they don't need to be scapegoated for. Should they exist? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to fucking pull over in some truck stop fucking bathroom and trying to, what I'm saying, junk test motherfuckers and tell them whether or not they need to be in the stall or not, man. Hey, look, man, I think that's too much. I think that's way too much.
You in the truck, but I mean, my main concern is the price of diesel fuel and DEF. I don't care if you decide to be transgender or not. Hey, I'm trying to save a few pennies on diesel fuel.
It's to make a
Yeah.
make a whole lot of hullabaloo out of not much. It's part of the culture war,
I
and how,
understand the actual issue though. Wait, hold on a
but
second.
but however they play it, it's been effective against the Democrats though.
No, no, no. That's cool, man. Listen, hey, man, listen. We can have a conversation, bro. Brother, I hear you, but what you saying, I don't agree with the ID. Yeah, yeah. I mean, but the identified part, it's not an issue unless we're talking about prison. Nah. Well, like I said, if that's the game we fucking playing, if I'm going to do some fucking time, I identify as woman. Yeah, man, go lock me up with them. Fuck being locked up with a fucking pack animal, man. Fuck that, man. Shit, man, you out your fucking mind. Hey, I'm for real, man. Listen,
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
I'm
hilarious.
not fucking doing that shit. And you know you would do the same goddamn thing too. Shit, if you had a choice between locked up with a bunch of fucking pachyderms or fucking locked up with a bunch of butch ass fucking women, it's a no fucking brainer who the fuck you want to be locked up with. No fucking brainer,
Oh my
bro.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my
Hey, listen. That's where I'm at, man. Shit, I don't think gay people is that much of a problem, and gay people don't like transgender people either. A lot of people don't fucking know or nor understand that. Like
No, no,
gay,
they do not.
no, they don't.
Even
They
even gay
treat
people don't need like some there's so-called people that's gay. That the ones that's real flamboyant. They like, look, we don't.
oh, bro, they don't like the motherfuckers. Like,
No.
all right, man. Like you be saying okay, so they don't cover this shit a lot, but they're like these pride parades and shit. People don't like that flamboyant shit, man. They don't fuck with that shit at all, man.
No, no,
They
sir.
can't stand that shit.
And I found out by talking to two gay men about it. I, the church I was attending was, and they two of them they live right next door. I I have that's your choice. You got your own free will, but over the time I got to know, I ain't gonna call their names. I mean, they never did bother me, and we
Nah,
got to talking. Okay, I respect. If that's what you want to do, respect. And they got to talking. We don't agree with that stuff. That flamboyant and all that out there. No, they don't like it. We just want to do our little thing, go about our little business, and that's. But it's the ones that's flamboyant that they despise them.
MOT, you really are dismissive of simply simplifying the trans issue. They're trying to make it a law not to pretend with them. Could you word that better, May? I mean, I'm just saying the actual issue is the actual protection in society and the miss focus on these people for absolutely no other reason other than demonizing them for some shit. I mean, but the conservative movement always needs like a boogie person to actually go around, and I've seen them do the same shit to us. I've seen them do the same shit to uh immigrants, and I just don't fuck with this shit at all. I track these motherfuckers. I know what's behind this shit. But the actual transgender issue is going to stick for a much longer period of time. But these younger kids are been socialized into accepting the shit already. So the people who are actually having a problem is the older people within the group who didn't like the shit, and that's what it was. It's like no, like my grandfather's generation, having gay people around in any capacity was not acceptable. But my mom's generation, she was a boomer, the shit was acceptable. Then it became acceptable through X and all this kind of shit to exist in society. Then they got the right to marry and do all that other shit that all other people have done. Should they have the right to be able to do that shit? Of course they did. It's contract law. Why the fuck are you gonna stop somebody from engaging in contract law because of their fucking sexual orientation? I don't give a shit about that. I mean, we have Bristol Myers Squibb, fucking Sears, Roebuck, Johnson and Johnson, but two other people can't sign a fucking contract, especially a bad one. Fuck out of here, man. It's just not even that big of a deal or issue for me. But I can see it from the woman perspective because like the trans women are trying to okay, boom, 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 boom. Pretend they call it misgendering if you refuse to call them by their preferred pronouns. Hey, listen, I look. I want to call people by their proper shit, no matter what it is. Whether you're a doctor, unless you're Doctor Tiason Johnson or fucking Ron Neal. But the whole pronoun shit, I don't think that's a big deal either. If they want to be referred to as a him or her, I don't think that's that big of a deal. I just don't. I don't. I mean, I understand it's invasive and intrusive to the actual person to look at an obvious man and not looking as an obvious woman, calling him a her or whatever. But I'm not about to fucking fuck up an entire whole side of the political argument because of the shit. No, I know what's behind the shit. Christian conservatives are pieces of shit, and they're looking for an enemy so that way they can run their same grift on people. Tax cuts for wealthy people. That's what's behind this transgender shit. And Mexicans. Tax cuts for wealthy people. They never use the transgender fucking issue to turn around and do something positive with the shit. It's always try to obfuscate something that is currently that they're trying to do with the actual conservative movement.
That's
That's what they
exactly
always been
correct.
doing.
And they are. You have to admit, Christian conservatives. They are very much anti-Negro as well.
I think those
Prime
are
example.
Very,
outliers.
Prime
very much.
example.
I think those are outliers. Those people obviously go to jail when they do that shit most of the actual time. But I'm not gonna actually just call everybody who's transgender a fucking pedo and a fucking creep because most of these pedos and creeps that I've seen, mostly straight motherfuckers. Never no transgender motherfuckers. Not at all. Never. Not in my motherfucking law enforcement experience. Most of the weird motherfuckers I met, men. Men like a motherfucker. Always.
Yeah,
Prime
yeah.
example. That bathroom issue in North Carolina some years ago. Yeah, you had yeah. I don't want my daughter in the same bathroom as okay, understandable. But read further into the bill when they said pretty much we can we can put this in the bill on the back end where we can discriminate pretty much how we want to. You forget about that part. All but
But
all
But it's always them and they need to discriminate against a group of fucking people. Like these people claim to be most American, but these are the people who actually need to be re actually affirmed about what the fuck equality is. They need to be always reminded of the shit.
Yeah.
There is no trans agenda. What's an actual okay? It's not an agenda. Being not fucked with by people, being have laws not specifically singling you out of shit. That's a fucking agenda of equal protection and rights under the fucking law. And if we wasn't treating transgender people or nor gay people in a fucked up way, we wouldn't have to double back and try to include them in shit. I understand that they haven't been involved before, but at the end of the day, this shit is simply equal protection under the law. If you had a gay child, would you want your child to be treated this fucking way? Yes or no? That's how simple it is for me. It doesn't matter. I don't think people should be harassed or excluded from shit if they're it doesn't fucking matter. It's a non-issue. I know what's behind that issue. They need to actually exclude people. Conservatives love excluding people from shit. And it happened to us. You have to look at the issue for way much more than what the fuck the issue actually is. They're actually trying to do that shit that way. As soon as they got power, the motherfuckers defunded. Well, I just showed you. They defunded the actual enforcement mechanism of housing discrimination, of workplace discrimination. That's the first thing out of their mouth. And they use the transgender and fucking Mexican issues to get there. And they turn around and they stab us in the back immediately with the shit. And we still talk about transgenders. Like, nah.
Yeah.
Do I agree with it? No.
I can't with it.
Yeah.
But
There's no doubt.
should they get treated like a human being? Of course. They're people.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, we just we just cast them aside because they're not like us. Be very careful when you agree with somebody else casting somebody else aside now. When it's your turn, hey, you easy pickings. You've been agreeing with it the whole time.
The thing
Everybody
is, I know
should
it's
be getting treated like a
behind.
human being.
I know it's behind it. I know it's behind it. I've been around these pieces of shit for all of my life. I know what's behind the actual issue. To me, is that open and shut. I know what's behind it. And I know what group of people that they were doing the same shit to before they was doing it to the transgender and fucking Mexicans. That's the other problem. I have a long fucking historical point of view about Christian conservatives trying to lead people out of shit, but be the main people. Okay. All right. Well, congratulations on your joining the Republican Party then. I mean, if you want to leave the actual Democratic Party over the trans issue, okay. Good luck out there. I mean, it's a hell of a lot more work working with the Republican Party, and especially if you third party or fucking Green Party or other shit, you're just making it harder. You think all the white folks in the fucking Democratic Party give a fuck about black issues? You really think they do? No, they don't give a fuck about them black issues. And almost none of them motherfuckers was fighting for that shit to be reintroduced either. Once Trump started deading that shit. So the issue that you want to treat the transgenders with, the rest of whites want to treat black people with. Say it again, man. Say it again. They prove it every fucking generation. The fucking Christian conservative movement prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you lead a Democratic Party and you have no party to be a part of, how do you get your agenda through? Because the agenda that you want, I know is inherently fucking liberal, not conservative.
Well, does she even have it? Does she even have an agenda? A lot of people.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
a lot of people
yeah.
don't even have an agenda. So does she have an agenda?
Don't let them fool you now.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
might be conservative, but they sure do love liberal stuff now.
Man,
I don't know
let
what
me
y'all
tell you.
see. I
I'll tell you
don't
right
know
now.
if nobody else be seeing.
Well, that's why he call out
Them Christian conservatives talk that shit, but guess what happens if their daughter get pregnant by the wrong black motherfucker? Yeah, it's time to go to
Oh,
Atlanta.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's time to go to Atlanta for that fucking trip.
Yeah.
They ain't that motherfucking conservative. Trust me. Yeah.
No, they are not. No, they are not.
I sure do wish these black power people that vote that so-called conservative now, when the issue of Roe versus Wade did come up back in the day, what was the catalyst they used for that? We don't want, just in case. What if one of our girls get knocked up by the big black guy, big black buck? They used that to allow abortions. But part
of the argument. Part of the argument. Part of the people carrying them signs out there. like you got to have a historical perspective about like me. I'm definitely am going to fight bad Christianity. I was raised under fucking fundamentalist Christianity. I know what the fuck bad Christianity is.
And there's a lot of it out here, boy.
Yes, sir. They,
And it
I
comes in the
mean,
form of this evangelical Christian evil ass fucking shit. That's what and anything that they're for, I'm against automatically. Unless it's some shit
I'm
that makes sense.
I'm a Christian, but I showed you asking questions. I mean, you love pounding that gay transgender stuff, but you never talk about this pedo stuff that always seem to pop up all the time,
Man, look,
more
man,
frequently
look.
than this, more frequently than that gay and transgender stuff. What about the lying, the cheating, and the stealing? Well, we want to talk about it. Look, I
Hey
understand
man, these
that,
people are purely tripping, man. Like what okay, so what the fuck would your church be without this gay motherfucker on the goddamn music group, man? Yeah, man, let's really talk about it, bro. Yeah, let's really talk about it. Where the fuck would your fucking choir be without that singing ass motherfucking gay dude, right? Or the gay dude on the fucking piano, man. Like, okay, all right. So what are we talking about here? Listen, man. Gay people been here for a while, forever, and they gonna keep being here. I don't
and
think an existence of
where
a gay
else you
person
supposed to
make me
go get
motherfucking feel
delivered?
like I'm less than. I'm sorry.
And they're
I'm sorry.
and they're heavily in the Republican Party as well.
Yes. They call Love Color Republican. They have a whole area in town in fucking Denver called Cheeseman Park. It's like, man, y'all don't even. It's like, dude, plenty of these motherfucking gay people are conservative as fuck.
As
There ain't that
fuck.
many liberal fucking. Like, listen, the 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 gay people who are liberal, they ain't got no motherfucking money. The motherfuckers who got the money are conservative fucking gay people in Denver.
and and everybody kind of knows that, but but they play that off. Like I said, we look at Bruce Jenner, who turned into Caitlyn Jenner or whatever. Big. We mentioned him earlier. Big Republican, man. You got a few of them out there. Big Republican. No one saying anything about that. It's just come on, man. Come
But
on. Let's
but they
come on.
played their position so good. They used they Democratic agenda, the Democrats to get that through, and they as soon as they got all what they wanted, they jumped right back over to what they always
Oh
wanted
hell
to be.
yeah. Oh hell yeah, in a heartbeat. Oh yeah.
But I don't know, but they refuse to talk about the other, all these other issues that's going on around. I mean, from all these priests and ministers that's messing with. I mean, like you say, despicable stuff that you find out what they be doing to little babies and stuff. I'm not even gonna say it on YouTube because they might flag your channel. But you know what I'm talking about. You've been in law enforcement. We all grown. We hear about this stuff. They never talk about that across the pulpit, but they
Never.
always will bring up the gay agenda, but won't bring up nothing else. And that's
This
that's wrong.
this
It's
this
wrong.
whole forgiving your accuser shit is purely some evangelical Christian, purely fucking evil bullshit.
They can
Purely,
forgive her.
purely evil.
They can forgive everybody except O.J. Simpson, but
Shit.
they can't forgive it. But anybody else do anything, oh well, God, you know, and I scratch my head. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
No, I'm laughing about O.J. Simpson. They still try to convict him right now. He
That
Yeah,
did.
nigga
They still
dead.
try
That nigga
to.
dead. Still trying
He
to
did.
dig him up and put his ass on the fucking trial, bro.
They still try to. Oh my god.
but choosing a side is very important. I mean, you can't you can't you can't be hot or you can't be lukewarm. You got to be hot, either hot or cold. You gotta
And
if you
Alpha,
gonna
look,
stand.
look, man. I look, and that's why I'm open with what I think and what I actually believe because it still have a level of acceptance there. And look, I'd rather be fucking 90% than get zero and not fucking participate, man. Fuck that.
Hey,
It
MOT, I'm gonna have to pop off. here from my mother drop. All right.
Oh, yeah, cool. No, I ain't go. No. Like after the
Mhm.
first one, TYT is falling apart for many different reasons. It's because they on some subscriber poaching bullshit, and they've thrown away all the actual principles that they built their actual career on. Because I've been a TYT member since like motherfucking 2005, and the Bush administration, Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian would definitely disagree with this motherfucking recent. We got to fucking team up and talk to these racist pieces of shit, fucking TYT shit. Yeah, man, they burn their own credibility and they can't stand on the shit because the shit is obviously getting worse, not better. So that's why they falling apart. But look, I had some good times. I learned a lot of good information. Once I started getting invested and involved in the process, man, bro, I had no fucking use for these online pontificators, man. I had no use for it.
The damn party is suffering
Shit. You know
because of
who's out of touch
these.
with everyday people? The president who's fucking putting up tariffs on allies. That's who's actually fucking out of touch with everyday fucking people. The person who said they don't give a fuck if car prices raise, that's who's out of touch with everyday people. Shit. Donald
And the
Trump is so out
people,
of
the
touch with
people
everyday
voted him
fucking
in
people. They put Elon
are
Musk
out of
in
touch.
charge of the fucking government. You cannot get more out of touch with the American people than a fucking dweeb who wants to shut down parts of the government that worked before and not now. Yes, they did. Mulatto Vanguard, yes, they did. Once they turn that corner on that shit, I stop fucking with them. Now they do try to sound like they used to, but I can't get over the fact that they want to be on this new shit. I can't fuck with that. And I won't fuck with it. And I won't fucking because here's the thing. Jank and Anna lives in California. This is what I mean by weird motherfuckers in California, man. Like, bro, like they be on this moderate third party shit. Like, okay, jump outside that environment and take your ass to Mississippi and go find some reasonable fucking Republican to talk to. The motherfuckers don't exist. But you got to do that, May. You know damn well you do that with ketchup, with peanut butter, with clothes you fucking wear. I do it with politics. Why? You do it with every fucking thing else. You have to do that. You got to pick a fucking side. You're not going to get 100% of what you want in no party. I'm not going to go vote over there with the Christian conservatives knowing their fucking history. I'm not doing that shit. Why? Dude, gay people ain't even that motherfucking important to me. To be leaving a whole party over gay people? Oh, hell no.
See what what
Oh,
this
no.
alpha the first one. I understand where you. Do I agree with trans? No, I don't. But I'm not gonna sit around here and watch a whole society of people not get collect Social Security behind trans people.
Just what I'm saying. It's like, bro, there's so many much bigger issues than and it's like the trans issue clouds people's fucking judgment. Like if I put like 13 or 15 fucking items on the table, I guarantee you these people wouldn't put trans first. I can guarantee you. Do you want Elon Musk shutting down areas of the government, or do you want transgender motherfuckers playing sports? Pick one. That's what I'm saying. It's a binary fucking choice. You don't get
I
100% of
mean,
what you want in the
we don't.
Democratic Party. No one does.
Well, shut down the VA because for people who put their lives on the line, so you can have a
Firing
choice. So you
80,000 motherfuckers. Oh, okay, so you don't want to fund the VA, right? But you want to privatize the VA so the actual healthcare veterans coverage can be way fucking higher. Make that fucking make sense to me. And not only that, you're putting a profit margin in the middle of that shit. You know it's gonna be far fucking higher to be paid for.
more taxes you're gonna have to pay somehow. But
No, like listen, I'm in Florida right now, and these people think that they're getting away with shit. It's like, bro, listen, pay the motherfucking tolls for a fucking truck, right?
oh my
Tolls are higher
goodness.
here in motherfucking Florida than it
Oh
is in fucking Pennsylvania.
oh my goodness. I seen my dispatcher gave me the bill on the tolls for the and who Where was I at? Somewhere they getting ready to go up on the tolls. Was it West Virginia Turnpike? Somewhere getting ready to go up on the
No, no,
tolls
no,
again. It was
no, no, no.
somewhere they
West,
get.
no, West Virginia ain't going up. Virginia is.
Okay, it was somewhere told. I seen a couple weeks ago a rate hike, and that's what okay. If y'all want this small government to privatize everything, when y'all start having to pay $100 one way and $100 back to go home,
Shit,
and
shit.
I just
Tennessee floated
ordered.
that bullshit of I-24 between Nashville and fucking Memphis. They trying to pull that fucking bullshit. Or trying to make that shit a toll road just for fucking semis.
Oh yeah, I-24 between Nashville and Chattanooga.
Yeah,
What was
I'm
it?
sorry, Nashville, Chattanooga. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
And it's like, but May, you have to realize the either or scenario is the scenario. It's always either or. With everything, it's either or.
it,
No,
it
no, no, no. What you want to do, May, is you want to dismiss transgender people. So you don't want to be a part of the party if you can't dismiss transgender people. And I'm like, look, the people ain't gonna fucking do that shit, right? So if you want to sit outside and be homeless because you can't deal with this one issue, then that's just what it is. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
here it is. People coming up on retirements. Their 401ks ain't hitting
Look,
on nothing.
hey,
The
hey,
so
hey,
they
look, sit
for
home. Look, sit home. Price of eggs $7. Motherfucking tariffs about shit about to go up. If transgender people are that fucking important to you, then hey, there's nothing I can say.
I can't change nobody's mind, but my rationale won't let me make that decision all because somebody wanted. Hey, you got your own free will.
Listen.
I
I have to
can't.
make shitty decisions in fueling all the time. TA or fucking petrol. But I tell you this, if I'm in fucking South Carolina, I go to the same places to fucking fuel. They fuel is better than my motherfucking fuel discounts, free fucking parking, and bomb ass fucking food. Oh, I know how to make a decision out of the either or fucking decision. I go through that shit all the motherfucking time. I can't wait for an either or decision. I still want there to be an issue. Yeah, but if they dump that issue, then they get you back. That's not, you have to be able to think bigger than the transgender issue. I'm sorry.
And
Then you got to sit outside. I'm
if
sorry.
it wasn't a
I'm so
transgender
serious.
issue, what other boogeyman issue or would they create to put you in the same predicament? Because the goal a long time have been to attack Social Security.
Yes.
That's the biggest that's the biggest pie in the sky. Now they ain't said nothing about stopping the take. No, we still want to take it out your check, but we just don't want you to benefit off of it. You ain't heard them say nothing about stop paying into Social Security.
Oh,
No,
of
you ain't
course
heard
not.
that.
No, of course not.
You ain't heard that. That's what I'm trying
Listen,
to.
Social Security can be fixed easily. You make it off of the first $1 million of income rather than the 110,000. It fixes Social Security overnight. One law. That's it. Yes, I'm willing to pay more in Social Security so that way other people can have it. I don't fucking need it. I don't think I ever fucking need it. But that's how you fix Social Security. And then you
And I
allow the
don't.
fucking media class to be fucking millionaires so that way they don't cover fucking subjects. Like, how the fuck did you think that we were supposed to have this shit? If the whole media decided to bow the fuck down, man, come on.
Yeah, Anderson Cooper. Now he loved liberal stuff, but guess what? Anderson Cooper struggles be nervous about paying taxes. You make
Yeah,
all them, but you don't want to. That I don't mind paying taxes if I can see some good schools, good roads, and good.
when like May, you know full well you took vaccines when you were a child. They didn't allow your ass in school if you didn't take vaccines as a child. That whole vaccine shit, that's some new shit. That's some new shit. New shit. Uh, I'm in my 40s. You took vaccines as a child, and I'm from third world Mississippi, so I had measles, mumps, chicken pox, leprosy, impetigo. Nigga, I had everything. I look like a spotted fucking raccoon if I take this fucking shirt off. All these fucking sores I have all over my body from all that shit. Trust me. This is a new issue. Not taking the vaccines, definitely a new issue.
Hey. Hey, got rid of the agency that reports any kind of outbreak. Hey,
Yeah.
just deal with it. Just it's nothing. It's nothing. I mean that's the issue that the voters, in my opinion, should have been worried about. The pharmaceutical and medical doing running rampant all these years. You should have been
Yeah.
trying to rein that in. No, we just cut it out. Or we'll put a quack RFK that the whole Kennedy family done disown. Put him in charge of it. A man to eat roadkill and take steroids.
Yeah. But but this is the thing. I get to not talking about it, but guess who made it a fucking issue? Not the Democrats. They didn't make it a fucking issue. It wouldn't be talked about if the Republican Party didn't make it a fucking platform issue to start hammering these people on certain shit and not allowing them to be in things. The Republican Party actually made it an issue. So the angst that you should have is against the Republican parties, not Democrats. Because the Republican parties made this shit an actual thing. Just like they made critical race theory an actual thing. The teaching of American history an actual fucking thing. So we're trying to concentrate on gay people when you got people removing black people from history in the fucking military. I promise you gay people ain't that fucking important. I promise you that ain't that motherfucking important. And here's another thing. All those pre-negotiated drug rates that Biden fucking had, Trump got rid of that shit day one by fucking executive order. You mean to tell me that gay people are that fucking important? I don't fucking think so.
Hey,
I don't think so.
my uncle
I
over
don't
road
think
crew,
so.
my uncle over road crew, and he immediately would it be ICE. He had some of his workers complaining about some of the drug, the insulin they went. Well,
Yes.
no, we don't
Insulin
cover
went
this no
back up,
more.
man. Insulin
It
went
done
back
it
up.
done went, but you know, folk, I can't tell nobody what how to, but I sure would much rather have lower medical costs than worry about a transgender because I I don't know. I don't know. It used to make me upset that but everybody got their own free thought, and
Like I said, I could list about 40 fucking issues, and transgender don't even fucking top the nearest 100 fucking issues. Not for me.
no, don't worry about national security. No, we don't need to worry about that. Just trans issues. Uh, uh, Trump. Okay, well, we're not the only country to have nuclear weapons.
Nah.
Like this,
Yeah, what's going on, man?
like this company.
Hey, MOT, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
Good, good. I don't, man. I can't.
I
You,
just
you
trying to be
just.
more practical here, like more forward thinking and long term thinking. Like I know the trans issue isn't that. I know it seems like it's important right now because trust me, like this whole birth in person shit. Yeah, if somebody's trying to erase my shit on that level, I'd be pissed off. Don't fucking let me tell you anything different about that. But I know what's behind this trend. I think the Democrats are fighting the issue improperly. I think they're fighting it improperly. I think they could do everything that they're doing without the inclusiveness and being focused on the shit. Yeah, they just make it equal protection under the law. If you wanted to shit in sports, you would have like, okay, you have to be within a certain testosterone figure to actually play this actual sport on an equal level. So that way, it's genetic. But
Yeah.
this
I,
whole like, I mean, I don't think these transgender motherfuckers even worth leaving the party. Over. Man, fuck that.
no, the thing is, the party got to start picking the people. Pick the people. MOT. Let's just look at it straight up. This is less than 1% of the population. Less
Yeah,
than 1% of the population. So, as a party, is it actually smart to let less than 1% of the population try to change and rearrange society, and not only rearrange society in social ways, but to try to mandate and actually make it law, like to say that you misgender someone, that can be considered an act of violence, or to be able to sue people. This is what a lot of things are happening. Not letting someone go into a bathroom. You're mandating things. This is a problem. And I'm just telling you that this is why the Democrats are losing people. I have
Nah.
like two women. Let me tell you. There are two women here on YouTube. Shocked the shit out of me. Black women. We've been loyal. We've been loyal to the Democratic Party. Very loyal. Not just that. We get on the ground. We go campaign. We raise
Yeah.
money. We do all of this
You're
stuff.
supposed to do.
And they
We
are
all do.
losing us. MOT, they losing us because they are getting so out of touch with everybody. That's all I'm telling you. They got to pick their battles better. Queen Sunkist, she voted third party, used to be a Democrat. The old crazy ass, what's her name? Does she be on, I was surprised. She's on YouTube all the time. Uh, Femi. I was surprised. These are very, very black women, and they found themselves voting third party. They did not vote Democrat, myself included. It's a lot of this happening, and the Democratic Party does not have their pulse on what's really going on. They're losing, they're bleeding, and it's because they're not listening to everyday people. I'm telling you.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
but we do understand that voting third party that takes 10 times more effort to get a third party person in there because what you want is more liberal shit, just sans the fucking gay shit or sans the fucking transgender shit, and if they drop the issue, things would be fine. But at the end of the day, people want them to drop the black issue too. They want them to drop all types of shit, but it's not realistic, you know.
We know when we vote third party that it's a weaponized vote. We know that. We know it's not going anywhere. We know it doesn't mean anything. We know that. When
So
I
why
voted Jill
vote third
Stein,
party then? So why vote
I
third party
said
then?
the vote becomes a weapon when when you turn against the party that you supported because they haven't done what you want them to do. They don't listen to you and they dismiss you. You weaponize your vote. 17 million
Yeah, we're
Democrats sat
sabotaging.
out.
Yeah,
17
we're
million
sabotaging the
Democrats
system.
just sat
It's
out and they
crazy.
weaponized their vote. MOT recognize it.
Yeah, and now we have Donald Trump as president. Like that's what
Exactly.
happened here.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's not good.
Democrats need to listen to people, everyday average Americans. They need to drop some of that bullshit. When did they ever do a poll and say, what do the people want? Let's be honest. When did they actually ever say? Donald Trump, he listened to the people to get himself in office. When he got in office, he did something different. He listened to Republicans. He gave them everything they wanted in word only,
No, no,
but
no.
he
He
listened to
talked
them.
about
Democrats
everything
don't
that
even
they
listen.
wanted.
Huh?
No, he talked about everything that they wanted, and then he turned his ass and he did something
He damn sure
totally
did, which
different.
is why they'll never get my vote.
Oh no, no, I won't be voting conservative. I am from Mississippi. That's some shit that's just not on the fucking table at
Right.
all, ever. Not even on the fucking
Hmm.
table. But I do get the actual issue. But it's just that there's so many bigger things than just the transgender issue. Me, I don't want these people being fucked with by those people because I know historically speaking what they used to do to us and how they used to try to
MOT,
split
they
us
don't
off in
care
the
about you. They don't care about you. The trans don't care
what
about
are
you.
they? Like shit, a
Them
functional society
trans.
does give a fuck about you. By
The
default,
trans.
a
Oh
functional
God.
society gives a fuck about you far more than a trans issue, far more than anything else. A functional society, right? All these government agencies functioning properly, yes, that is a form of giving a fuck about you. Yes, and it always has been.
My question is, why does the Democratic Party have to push and defend? You can drop some shit, just like Gavin Newsom. They're starting to drop some shit because if they're listening to the people, people are saying this is too far, and it's not just the trans thing; it's a whole culture. You want to change how you call women. You want to make people force people to pronouns. You want to do the sports, take sports from women. You want to, play all these games, identity politics, and all kind of stuff. And they're trying to make it mainstream, and it doesn't need to be
White
mainstream.
identity is the
Everyday
biggest
people don't.
identity in this country. Gun culture
We
is
can't.
probably the
We
biggest
can't fight
identity
white.
in
We
this
can't fight
country.
white identity. We cannot fight white identity because it is big and powerful. But they're making trans more powerful, and that's the problem. Leave the trans issue out. Is all I'm saying. Pick people over trans. Is all I'm saying. It makes sense. Think about Target. Target, look at what Target did. They had to learn the lesson the hard way. They went full in, woke, woke, woke. Target did. And they were like, we're going to push trans, we're going to push gay, we're going to force it in your face. It backfired because the trans community is so small they can't support Target. The rest of us moms, us middle class women, we're the ones support Target. And we have been boycotting for 2 years and they have suffered because of it. You want to push trans, go let trans support all of Target then. And you see how that worked out for them. Democratic Party is going to go down the same path. That's all I'm saying.
I'm
I
just
you
saying
know,
that, look,
I
I look way past this issue. Like, look, I'd rather have 95% of what the fuck I want rather than zero. If I get out there on my own, no party, zero is what the fuck I get. I know zero is what I get. I don't get shit. Zero. That's
Can they
exactly what
evolve
the fuck
though?
I get. Zero.
But can they
Eh?
evolve? I'm looking at can they evolve past this
Evolve into
point? Is it
what?
possible?
You want them to dismiss a core constituency group of the actual people. You do.
Do you hear this? You want 1% to affect the whole party and the party's ability to motivate the people. You want that to. It just doesn't make it just doesn't make
Over
logical
words of
mathematical
pronouns,
sense.
though? Okay. So over words
The
like
people don't like
pronouns?
it. The people don't want it. Do you understand? The people don't want it. The
Yeah.
people
These
don't.
people don't want $7 of eggs in a fucking carton of fucking 12. Okay,
Okay. Well,
take this shit.
the Democrats can keep going down that path, defending trans and changing, cutting penises off, and all this
Yes,
crazy
they
I
stuff.
need
And
to
mean,
defend those people. They have to defend those people.
wow. Well, they can pick the trans
oh,
to vote for
I
'em, man.
mean, you act like
Okay.
it just all of a sudden. I don't know that all of a sudden it's just been until Trump came along. The Republican Party was well aboard of supporting gay and trans and all this stuff. Let's not get it twisted. Do I agree
I'm
with
not
it?
thinking about
No.
Republicans, sir. I didn't mention
I
Republicans. I'm not thinking.
hold.
Republicans are not issue.
They was pushing. Both was pushing the same agenda. Do I agree with it wholeheartedly? No, I do not. But I cannot let people sit around here go without Social Security. Veterans not getting the help.
Hell yeah. I can't. Like,
All
I'm not
behind.
even thinking about transgender. I'm thinking about them issues right
And
there.
do you
I
know the
know the
powerful?
Republican
Do you
Party.
know you go around here and collect money? Do you know the powerful interest group that are behind it? That stuff. Yo, that little chicken feed money that you're getting, they don't care about nobody. Not they still going. They got it's a powerful. There are powerful groups behind pushing it, and they have more money than anything you can. I mean, you're gonna have to
Well,
mobilize. You're gonna have to get some people out of office.
y'all not
You got
dealing
to
with
get
the
rid.
fact
You got
that
to get rid of.
17
You got to
million.
get rid of. You got to get rid of Citizens United, and 17 million people gonna suffer right along the rest of us when it comes to certain issues.
360 million people are about to suffer because 17 million people stayed the fuck home.
I'm
And
just telling y'all it's a
they
wake up
just
call.
dropped the gay
Y'all not hearing
issue.
the wake up
They'll
call,
be
but you're
back.
not
Oh
hearing the wake up
hell
call,
no.
MOT. It's a wake up call, and nobody's listening. Still, the Democrats are not listening. That's what I'm telling
But
you. That's the
you,
problem. They're not
You're
listening.
what I
trying to
mean,
get
well,
people
this
to
is
dismiss a
we
core
always gonna run.
constituency group though, in order to get you back. And it's like these cut and run fucking tactics don't work for a long term coalition party. If you're willing to walk away and let Donald Trump be fucking president over the trans fucking issue, there is nothing else to talk to you about. Absolutely
I was,
nothing.
yeah, you know what? That's where a lot of people are going though. People are desperate for something
Who
else
are
and
my
better.
people? Okay, who is this
I
my
didn't.
people that can exist without Social Security and actual social safety net because trans people exist? Who are these people? I've
It's
never
not.
met these people.
It's not just trans. You think, see what I'm saying? The Democrats are not listening to average, everyday Americans. They're out of touch. And they got these talking points, and I hear them coming out of y'all's mouths, these talking points. Oh, the Republicans, Republicans, fuck the Republicans. I can't think about Republicans. Fuck MAGA. I can't stand Donald Trump. Hope he drops dead. I'm not thinking about them. I'm thinking about the party that I've given my heart, my body, my soul, my time to for 27 years, hardcore. And let me tell you what they didn't do. When they came to the what is it, John Lewis bill, they had both parties. You let that stupid mansion. They should have reeled him in and tossed his ass out. Did whatever they got to do. Pass it. You had no reason you couldn't have passed. They had all the power. That's not the only thing. Then the protection
They
for black
didn't
men,
have all the
particularly.
power. Kristen Sinema and him has been doing that shit for a while. Now Fetterman's doing the same shit. We've been had this problem in the Democratic Party, period.
I
To
think
walk
they're
away
pawning
from the
us.
entire
I
thing
think
and
they're
be like,
pawning us. I think they're playing games with us. That's what I think.
and
I
the
think they're
Republican
playing
Party is
games.
definitely playing games with all the fucking rest of us.
I think the Democratic Party is playing games with black people. They could have passed that shit. They could have made it happen. They didn't
Here
want
we
to.
go.
That's what
Here
I
we go.
think.
You're
I'm
going
telling
way
you.
past it without
I'm
understanding the
telling you.
numbers. The numerical situation is, as much as we care about this shit, the rest of the country don't give a fuck about actually putting people in charge in their own state. The Kentuckys, the fucking Missouris, the fucking Idaho's, even though they like all this fucking liberal shit in the liberal area, like the Boise's and shit, but the rest of the shit's fucked up. Like Montana, Helena, amazing fucking place. Rest of the shit, barren fucking wasteland. Bismarck, Dakotas, amazing fucking place. Rest of the shit, shitty as fuck. Like they love liberal shit. They just want liberal shit for whites only. And you're doing the same exact thing with the transgender issue that whites are
You-
doing with liberal shit. You're doing the same thing.
I feel like the Democratic Party picked trans over us everyday average people and our voices. That's what I feel like. They picked
No,
their
they're
1%.
picking. No, no, no. They're picking the protection of equal protection under the law and making sure that disaffected groups don't fall below the actual protection piece. That's what the Democratic Party platform has always been for. That's what silent generation boomers motherfuckers fought for. To actually have the right to vote and all that shit. We
Okay, so
actually
let's
had that.
okay. So let's talk about COVID though. When COVID came,
Okay.
they decided that they were going to mandate like people don't have choices with their own body, right? Your body, your choice, abortion, right?
Nope,
Your
nope,
body, your
nope. You
choice.
don't have a
Yeah,
choice during the
yeah.
pandemic. You don't have a choice during the pandemic. I'm sorry.
How you figure I don't? Says who?
Okay, so what I'm saying is, I don't think this vaccine issue is that big of an issue.
Yes, it
If
is.
you, okay, okay, okay. I'll take it one further. I took the vaccine, but I waited till Donald
Lord
Trump,
help you.
the president. What vaccine the president took is what I was taking, and I specifically waited. And in intelligence, military intelligence circle, we know what way before this shit came out public, which one to fucking choose. Because there was ones to choose and there was ones you shouldn't have chosen. But at the end of the day, I who have reduced lung capacity and actual kidney capacity because I had Ebola in the actual military. I shouldn't have told people that.
Oh
But
wow, Ebola.
yeah, so I have reduced lung, kidney, and liver capacity. So as soon as I get sick, I have to go to the hospital to make sure my lungs ain't filling up with fluid. So now that is not your situation. That's my situation, and that's why I took the vaccine. Now, would I tell you to not take the vaccine? No, but you cannot come out in public and possibly get me sick because you haven't taken the vaccine. It's about the liability issue at some point.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm still here. Still here.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, what's next?
But
I
this
was
is the thing though. But I want to go back to this COVID. I got a problem
Okay.
with
Go
the
ahead.
way the Democrats tried to play us as people. Democrats was in
How?
charge.
How?
They let Fauci tell all them lies on top of lies on top of lies. They said
nah,
believe the
that started
science
under
and all this
Trump.
stuff.
Now Fauci was up under Trump. Now you can't.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Fauci was under
No,
Trump.
Fauci.
he was
Was
well. He
under
was under
Trump.
Trump. He was under Trump. Get it right
Like
now.
okay.
Get it
Okay.
right.
Okay. Let's go through this. Donald Trump ran against the vaccine his administration was producing for everybody to take.
Your taxpayer money went towards them producing this vaccine.
Yes. $3 trillion went to corporate America to create the vaccine to get rid of the actual thing. Yeah.
If I remember
That's what
correctly, it was
the
It was no, y'all not gonna rewrite history. It was
what?
Biden. It was
What?
Biden who said it was mandated. It was under Biden that it was mandated that you would lose your job. Donald Trump did not say you was gonna lose your job if you did not take
And you done
a
jumped to
vaccine.
that. To you jump from Fauci to that. Let's stay at Fauci at the beginning of it. when the government came with all that money and Fauci was the doctor, head doctor, that was under Trump.
Okay, stop. Let me go with
That's
Trump.
how
Okay, okay, okay.
that's how all the
I get
shipping
what you're talking
that's how
about,
the
but
shipping lanes got shut down.
yeah,
All the whole
yeah, but
world
you have
shut
to
down.
understand like the liability aspect. Okay, let's talk about just liability. Would you want to go into an environment where personnel could possibly get people sick and get people possibly killed? Would you want to go in an environment where people have the freedom to infect other people because they didn't follow simple procedures?
Well, I hear what you're saying. I get where you're going. But at the end of the day, I have to stand by the fact that they didn't have the science and they said they did, no matter who it was or
They
whatever
were
like that.
developing it on the fly. He was given the best
That's what
answers
I'm
that
saying.
he
But you
had
can't.
at the time.
How you gonna make me force me to take a vaccine that is experimental? And it's not even a vaccine. I'm unvaccinated to this day. I never got COVID. I never got it. Okay. So
Okay,
their
that's fine.
science is wrong. Their
I
science is
had it three
wrong.
times.
Well, that's because you
Three
took the
times.
vaccine, brother. You took it and it took
That
your
that's that's
immune
that's
system
That
down.
that's
doesn't mean
that's
that I
not
was
that's not
infected by other people. It had nothing to, like. Okay, okay, okay. The vaccine is to make sure that you survive it if you actually do get it. The vaccine doesn't prevent you from
same
getting
thing
it.
as the measles vaccine. The measles is going
Yes,
around right
That
now.
is not the same. That is not the
Pol-
listen,
same.
listen, listen.
The
polio.
COVID is not a
I had
vaccine. It did
measles,
not actually
COVID
polio,
has
work.
and
been
It
fucking
around
didn't
for
work.
smallpox,
years.
and I
It's
took
just
all of those vaccines.
That
So
vaccine did not work. It
everybody wasn't
wasn't a
going to be that
vaccine.
bad. Yeah.
Y'all, it was an RNA sequence that was experimental that proved itself to actually not work. There are lots of
COVID
people
has
right
been
now.
around for years. Different.
I'm
They
not
have
saying
the. I'm saying these people. They have been
it
studying. They have
hasn't,
been
but we never
studying
had
this for
a
years.
pandemic like this. And what I'm telling you,
What you mean we never have a pandemic like
well, how
this?
come they
What
didn't have a
about the Black
vaccine for it?
Plague or the
How come
or
they
the
didn't?
or the what's the name
I'm talking
Spanish
about
flu?
COVID. I'm talking about COVID specifically. And what I'm telling you
What
is they
about
didn't have the
Ebola
science. They told
in
people,
Africa
they
and all
said
these
the
other countries?
unvaccinated,
We
they said the
it
unvaccinated.
just ain't never hit us. It's a whole world out here with other stuff go on
But
in
what
here.
I'm telling you is that it's not a vaccine, first of all. It's an experimental drug. I have a measles, mumps, rubella, and that thing is a vaccine. It works. It's a natural, normal freaking vaccine. What they did was some kind of RNA, DNA splicing, experimental bullcrap. And I was not going to put that in my body because you ain't
Okay.
God. Okay? And you
Oh,
trying to mandate that. The
Oh
Democrats
Lord.
trying to mandate that. You not going to tell me what to put in my body. I don't care if
it's
you're the
more of a
government or
liability
anybody.
thing, though. It's more of a liability thing.
See, I don't care nothing about that. And that's what I'm saying.
You don't care
A
nothing
lot of,
about liability. Oh, okay. So let's
I
say you
don't,
have kids,
go ahead.
and that your kids are going to be around unvaccinated motherfuckers. Your kids come home with some dark level motherfucking bubonic plague shit. You think that's okay and fair to your child? That other people get to walk around vaccinated and you don't because of what you think and what you believe, but you have everybody be at risk. That's crazy.
Or
I
somebody
think
walking
that it's,
around
but the
with
thing is,
Ebola.
y'all listen, it wasn't proven to work. We saw what they said.
What do you mean
And
by work?
I remember Joe
What
Biden,
do you mean by work?
that bastard Joe Biden, he
Okay,
sat there and he said, we're blaming the unvaccinated. We're
okay,
not
okay.
letting you
I have
go
a
anywhere.
question.
You can't
What
come
do you mean
around
by
people.
don't work? Like, what do you mean by don't work? I need to understand what that definition.
And I want to understand why is it just happened under Joe Biden that this country got shut down behind COVID.
No, you're
Cause
right. It also happened under Trump, but Trump didn't try to force
The
nobody.
only place in this country where you can sit down and get something to eat was Fargo, North Dakota.
The
That's
what?
it.
The
Fargo, North
what?
Dakota was the only place that did not shut down restaurants or anything. You can still take your ass in there during the whole COVID shutdown. Because I always went through Fargo, North Dakota, because it's the only place I felt like a human being in the country outside of Wyoming.
Well, they were pretty liberal in Florida too. I went to Florida, and
and
at that time, I was like, these people are nuts
At
because they
first they
sitting up
were.
in here.
thank
At
you. They were
first they
pulling
were.
you over in the rest area coming into the
They
state of
would
Florida, checking
they would
you.
pull you over in the agricultural actual weigh station and fucking thermometering your ass in the fucking goddamn parking lot before they let you off in their state. And
But
this shit happened like 6 or 8 months
it was
after.
all
Hey,
Biden though. It was all Biden. It was
Well,
just
part of it was Trump, but what I'm talking about is I'm holding Biden responsible for the part that he played. And all I'm saying is we need to stick to that whole your body, your choice, the same way we do privacy and abortion. I feel like the Democrats needed to keep that
What
same
privacy? You
energy.
don't got no choice now.
Not now, but that's
Okay,
what the
then. Well,
Democrats.
okay. They
I'm talking about with the Democrats. I'm saying no, brother. I'm saying the Democrats need to be consistent with your body, your choice. Be consistent. Keep the same energy. If it's my right to have an abortion, and I'm buying that, and I feel like my body belongs to me, and the government doesn't belong in it, you can't wait till a pandemic comes and say, actually,
Yeah, but
no, your
terminating
body doesn't
pregnancy
belong to
is
you.
way different than being an open source carrier of a pathogen that could kill a lot of people. Those are two diametrically opposed different things. They
That's
are.
how you see it. Maybe that's how you see it. I still feel
Ma'am,
like
it
as a
is like, oh,
mhm.
okay. Terminated pregnancy, that's singular to your body. Mandating that you have a vaccine so that way you don't get everybody else sick in society, that's different than a child that you have with your body. Those are totally two completely different set of circumstances.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that people had the right, MOT, to say no, either religiously or morally or scientifically? I don't agree. Leave me out of it. Do you think people had the right to do that?
That's separation of state and
For
church.
what for what actual situation are we talking about specifically? Give me a scenario.
Like they said you have to get a card, right? You have to get a card that says you're vaccinated. Do
Yes.
you think that human beings have a right in the United States if they say, listen, just opt me out of that? I don't want a card, I don't want a vaccine, and I want the right to work and do everything else I got to do, go to school, whatever. Just leave me out of this. I don't want no parts of whatever y'all are doing with vaccine. Do
Okay,
people
okay.
have a right to make that choice? Is what I'm asking.
No, and I'm going to
Oh,
explain it.
wow.
I'm going to explain it. I'm going to explain it. Okay. Your ability to come out in society and be a possible super spreader of an actual pathogen, you don't have a right to do that. You don't have a right to infect people. You don't have a right to walk around being a potential dangerous person. You cannot say, I want the benefits of herd immunity without participating in the actual actions of herd immunity. It's either we want to get rid of this situation or we don't want to. Here's the thing, the vaccine was not, and like a lot of people believe this falsely, and I'm not saying this is what your point of view is, but this is the majority mainstream point of view, is for people who do not vax, even though this is not your point of view. If I get the vaccine, I better not get the virus, period. And look, you have a greater survivability if you have the actual vaccine or not. That's what the vaccine is there for, to make sure that your
How is
body
that a vaccine, MOT? How is that a vaccine? Basically saying you could take it and it might not work. That's not how vaccines work.
Okay.
They
that's
give you
not,
they no no
you didn't listen to what
I've
I just
never
said.
I
Okay.
never in my
I
life
want to.
had
Can I?
measles. I've never had mumps because
I
I
did.
believe that real
I did.
vaccines actually work. I believe 100% they work. Honestly, that
Let
wasn't a
let let
vaccine.
let's forget. I want to take you to a different area. Let's forget about COVID.
No,
Let's say
No,
you.
no,
listen.
no,
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 I'm
no, no,
You
just
no,
saying.
no.
tell
No,
me how
same
it's
No,
a
thing.
let
Same
me
vaccine
thing.
when it
explain.
doesn't
Same
No,
fucking
thing.
no,
work.
Same
no, no,
thing. Let's
no.
say. Let's say you go somewhere and malaria is prevalent.
That's not the same.
Okay.
That's not the same. No,
Yeah,
that's
yes, it
not the
is.
same.
Yes, it is. And
Malaria
malaria.
is a
If you decide to
mosquito
travel,
borne.
if you decide to
I've
travel,
caught malaria before. I know,
well,
but it's
what
not
gives
the
you the right
same.
to come? What gives you the right to come around me with malaria and get me and possibly get me sick with malaria?
That malaria is cured by mosquitoes. It's a different
What if the
disease.
mosquito go from you to me?
It's going to happen anyway. That's how malaria
Oh,
moves. The point is this: is it
it's going to
actually?
happen
Y'all
anyway
just
if you
tell me.
get COVID or
Tell me
not.
what makes it a vaccine. Tell me what makes it a vaccine when it don't work. How does that a vaccine? Let's just call it an
Uh,
experimental drug.
okay. So, all right. So, I think, okay, I think we're talking different terms. So, what you mean by vaccine is preventing things from happening. Is that what your
Correct.
definition of vaccine? That's not what the
Yeah.
vaccine. No. It doesn't prevent COVID. It makes sure that you survive COVID if you ever get it. Your chances of survival is quite high with COVID. Like a lot of people died because of respiratory failure. Now, your respiratory system has a better chance of recovering with the vaccine versus not. Now, when you're talking the word actual vaccine, means prevention is never going to happen. No, it's actually a vaccine as in mandatory, but it doesn't mean vaccine as in preventing it from ever happening. I think that's where the actual disconnect is that it doesn't prevent COVID. Like people think vaccine must prevent COVID, otherwise don't call it a vaccine. No, it's
Correct,
that
but
if you
you
ever
do
get
you do know
sick,
the government sold us that though MOT when they first said it they said this is a preventive and we're gonna stop the spread by giving the vaccine. Hurry up and get it, then we'll stop the spread. It won't happen. And later on, when they saw the numbers and
Yo,
they
oh,
realized that
yep.
there were people who were in cottages and like family vacations, and every single person was vaccinated, and people left those family events, and all of them had COVID. That's when they realized, uh-oh, and they started
some of
really
them
studying
survived
it.
and some of them didn't. Like listen, I had about 17 people die from one outing in Memphis. Most of those people took COVID home to like older great aunts and shit and killed older people. These were younger people that couldn't even technically get COVID. But at the end of the day, they went to these family gatherings and shit, and they brought that shit straight home to their family members. And we was going to drive-by funerals in the middle of fields in fucking Memphis and
Mm,
Hernando and all that shit. Like some of these bodies were so people had to wear hazmat suits to actually put the body out there in a field for us to drive by, not even have open casket funerals.
wow.
Yeah, this shit was this bad. One of my fucking dudes who fucking lived next door to me, this motherfucker was charcoal black. This was a light skinned dude. Not sure what the
Dang.
fuck happened, but this motherfucker was charcoal black by the time that shit got done with. In a week. Because he didn't want to fucking take the vaccine, but he took his ass to that goddamn family out. A lot of things happened that they did not even talk about. I couldn't take no chances with that shit. Okay? I mean,
I
I
mean, I
understand that the
understand that
vaccine
people.
means
I understand that people had fear and concerns, and some people weighed it out, and they said, "You know what? I'd rather take it than not." But also, that SARS, that where people are reporting the side effects and stuff like that. They said it was tried and true. They said they knew it would be safe and effective, and blah blah blah.
like COVID is a
And a
version of
lot of
SARS.
people are
It's a version
sick.
of
A lot
SARS.
of people, huh?
Yeah, like COVID is a version of SARS.
No, I'm sorry, not SARS. The reporting system. What's it's VERS, VERS. I'm sorry, not SARS.
Oh, very sorry, very sorry.
VERS. Yeah, it's my fault. And so when that happened, I said, okay, so what's that about? And our government spent a lot of time trying to cover up the fact that people stopped walking, people dropped dead because of the vaccine. I mean, I can't take being gaslit, and I think that really had an impact on me. I felt like the Democratic Party gaslit me and other people. And that was a wake up call. In addition to trying to force people, I had concerts, even the Democratic Party, they had a Christmas party. They told me I couldn't come. They told me if I didn't have a card, I was uninvited to the Democratic
Yes, you
Party.
should. Okay, okay. You should have been uninvited because you could have got people there, sick there, who wouldn't be getting COVID. Okay, you have to be vaccinated in order to be a part of people. You have to. They can put constraints on liability. Do you know how much you can get somebody sued for you actually bringing a pathogen into an actual environment and getting a whole bunch of people sick and possibly death? That shit is in the fucking millions per one person not getting vaccinated. It's
So
more
you
of a
don't think that's fear
liability
mongering?
protectionist
You
shit.
don't think that's fear mongering? You don't think that's fear mongering?
On some level, it is. And let me explain why that is a good thing. If
Wow.
you're going to go out in front of other personnel that are potentially not vaccinated, we have to cut down on the people who can spread such diseases among others. We have to find a way to actually do it. And you can have people who want the benefit of herd immunity, but do not want to actually take the shot to get herd immunity. It's easier spread by people who don't have the vaccine.
They said that, and they found out that it was actually spreading faster among the vaccinated. I don't know if you remember, there was a change right there. They had a study, and it showed that vaccinated people were giving off it was a spurs or something. They were shedding, viral shedding or something, and they were actually more contagious than anybody who had
Wow.
vaccination. I can't, I don't want to go around in circles, but I'm just telling you, these things affected me. They ruined my life for 3 years. I couldn't travel. I couldn't go nowhere. I bought concert tickets, couldn't go in with certain
Because you're
restaurants.
going to
I
be
was
a
just
liability to all those other people there if
that,
you
that's fine
don't
if they saw
have
me
it.
that way. That's fine. That's fine. But I'm just telling you that
I
affected
read.
me. That these are the things that affected me to push me away from the Democratic Party.
No, no,
These
no.
I
That's
things.
read.
fine. That's fine.
I
And
respect
whatever
the way
state,
you feel. I really do.
yeah.
I mean, I mean, it's I mean, it's a good thing you in America where you have your choice because in some countries you gonna do what we tell you to. That's the good thing about it. But I don't know about that.
I don't think any government has that right over people. That's just
Well,
my opinion. I
you
don't think any
must not.
government, that's too
You
much
Hey,
power. Do
you go
y'all believe
somewhere.
at all? Sir, do you believe that government can have too much power? Do you believe anything can be too much?
Do you? I mean, you seem like you traveled outside the United States. Do you know what some of
Um,
these countries do to people? It's
I'm,
gonna be
I'm
my
not
way or the
talking about that.
highway.
Well, see, that's the
Do
problem.
I think government have to man have too much power over you? I mean, anything can have too much power over you, but yes, governments can have too much power over you. I mean, it's a good thing we do. I do live in the United States because some countries you you gotta walk. You gonna talk. You gonna walk the line how we tell you to walk it. If we tell you to get the shot, you gonna get it. Ain't no oh well, you ain't gonna do it. We got something for you.
The thing is, like like, okay. So let me just let you know what my priority is, so that way you can understand exactly where I'm coming from. I'm trying to
Okay.
save the most amount of lives as possible if people get sick. That is my priority. And that's why I err on the side of no matter how they phrase it, no matter how they word it, no matter how anything, because I have to take these shots or else I could fucking die. All right. But, but outside of that, it's a more protective measure on average than not for people to mandate to have the shot so that way they can potentially survive than not. That's my pro life position on
Hmm.
this. They disagree. It's fine that you disagree. It's great that we have disagreements, but I would rather more people get sick and live than more people who be a super spreader and potentially give this shit to other people and die.
I think that you have a very humanitarian and kind way of seeing it. I appreciate that. I definitely do. Um,
To me, that's
I
the
hear what
cool
you're
way of
saying.
saying it.
I, it's what?
It's
What you
cruel what
say?
he's saying. Look, if hey, we're gonna cast one. Hey, you can go over here and no, I'm sorry. I mean, but
You said it's
it's a
cruel. I don't think so.
I mean,
I'm
The
just
I
trying to
I
be
intention, the
as
intention is there. The
practical as
intention to
possible so
save
that way I can
lives is
save.
there.
Yeah,
Huh?
like that's my intentions. Like overall across the board, if I wanted to on average save the most amount of lives, that would be my approach. Even if I don't agree with it, I would still have to make the decision on behalf of people who can't make a choice.
and that's a
I
tough
still would
decision.
want to. I still would want to save more people's lives that I don't know than preventing people from getting sick that I do.
Even though you're gonna have to kick, I mean, kick some, quite a few people away from you in order for that to
Well,
happen.
well, see, if it had been a regular like vaccine, like how measles, mumps, and rubella, where they give you a small amount of the virus, let your body fight it, and you use your own natural immunity, I'd have been the first one in line. A natural, easy, simplified
I
vaccine.
mean,
I'd
but
have been
they
the
shouldn't
first
have
one in
called it
line.
a vaccine. They should have explained it better because vaccine is prevention. And those vaccines that I got in Mississippi, I still got all of it. No, nearly every single thing that I was vaccinated against, I still fucking got anyway.
You
But
got measles, mumps, rubella?
no, I got measles, mumps, impetigo, leprosy,
No.
chickenpox.
MOT? Come on now.
Yes, in Mississippi, yes, I did. Yeah, I did.
I had impetigo when I was young, also.
Yeah, well, you live in the
I've
South.
never heard of anybody getting a disease after they got the kid vaccines.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Well, I guess that's gonna shake my belief in vaccines then. I'm gonna look that
Yeah,
up.
but
That how many people actually get sick off of stuff when they? Cause I've always thought they 100%. I always assumed
no,
it.
no,
I
no.
mean that's called a cure.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like I still got that shit. But
Damn.
the ideas of actual survival was still far better than not doing anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I'm.
I mean, it's the idea of a vaccine is prevention. It is in most cases, but then if you do end up getting it anyway, you're going to be way better off if you didn't do anything.
Yeah. I just couldn't go with the playing God vaccine that they did. Well, we'll call it a
Oh no
shot.
no no no
I
no!
couldn't.
Playing God is actually not getting anything and throwing it caution to the wind and hoping you're being protected. That's playing God, actually.
I consider I consider myself giving my faith to God. That's what I had to do. Because I mean, I was scared too. I was scared too. It's not like I'm walking around like I know everything. I'm scared to death, just like everybody else watching the numbers,
Hey, look,
people
I'm
dropping
more
dead. But
I'm
I
more of
was
a pray to
more.
God, swim to shore. Pray
I
to
hear
God,
you.
swim to shore. Look,
I said I'll
God
be
has
lucky.
given
I'll
me
be
the
the unlucky
ability to
one to take
see
this
the shore that I
vaccine and
need
I
to
drop
swim
dead
to
tomorrow.
and move.
Huh?
I will pray to God, and God will like, well, son, I should. You had a nice shore in front of you. You could have swam 200 yards, but you decided to take yourself up here and explain why you did. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, a vaccine is it's controversial, but I mean, these are things that for me shaped it because I mean, I have given 27 years hardcore. Just I sounded just like y'all talking about what the Republicans are doing this, and I'd rather be a Democrat. At least the Democrats this, and they're not like I did that for a long time. I really
I
did. I was die hard. I was about it. I was with it, And I'm not talking about no just in name only. I'm talking about I was out here being political, running campaigns.
Hey, well, you
I
know what?
mean,
Thank you for your service. I mean, now you're out
yeah,
there
I
on the
mean,
outskirts, and now you have 10 times the work to do without a home.
no,
I don't know what
I
to do with that.
MOT, I talked to you about this before I
I feel
got
you.
there.
I feel you on that. I feel you. I mean, for that. I mean, if you've been listening to us, it's been many letdowns on the Democratic side. But at this point in time in history, with what we're facing, I just could not. I some things I do agree with, but to let these people I know and the people behind the scenes push their agenda, I couldn't do it.
Nah,
Ain't no way in the world.
I mean, there is too much at stake at this point. At this point, with these people who are purely evil, and you know what? It's sad to say, but I'm glad that white people are catching hell immediately, right away. I'm happy as fuck about that. Because at the end of the day, they never caught hell during the first Bush, during the second Bush. Now they call hell via the economy. Because Republicans have never been good at the economy nor growing the stock market. They've never been good at that. But it's good that they caught hell right away. That's how come these Republicans can't really hold no town halls in ruby red districts. They're getting their ass ran out of town on ruby red districts. Like like
Yeah.
like those white conservatives were okay with their VA benefits and all that shit, but the moment their shit got cut, that didn't get cut in any other time in history, yeah, the buyer's remorse is fucking huge right now for them. And I'm like, look, I don't trust them because I don't know how long this buyer's remorse is going to last with them. Because at the end of the day, they're just looking for a moderate to do the same dumbass shit that they always been doing. So at the end of the day, I still got to worry about my household. My household is wife's fine. We gonna be on this productivity piece shit. We gonna work as much as we can and start hitting this Florida shit once a week. And that's what we're gonna do. But at the end of the day, we still got to keep moving. I can't keep waiting on the fucking government to do anything because the government just proved how unreliable that they are when it comes to things. If people can just defund things that have been here for the past 40, 50, 60 years, I have to keep moving and I have to be able to try to save as many lives humanly possible while moving. I'm sorry that I sound like a fundamentalist Christian, but at the end of the day, I still want to try to save as many lives as humanly possible.
No,
That's where I'm at
I
with it.
definitely, I get it. I get it. And like I said, I was in the same vein and thinking, you know, I'm not gonna let them tear it down. You know, that was always my thing. Not let Republicans tear it down. And I think something changed in me. You know, they have this scenario. They always say, you know, you own a plantation. And I started looking at myself and I said, am I on the plantation? Because at some point I got to get what I want. At some point, when I give all this time,
We've
energy,
already
my
made a
vote.
choice and an obligation. I have a choice and an obligation to make my environment better. And there's only one method that is guaranteed to make that work, and there's the Democratic Party. And it's
I
been
hear
that way
you,
since
but I don't feel like I
1965.
was getting what I needed. Me personally, I don't feel like it was giving me what I needed. I don't want to just be on a team. I actually want to get something out of it. You see what I'm saying? And the stuff that I wanted protection, you know, police immunity. And I just feel like the Democratic Party is
Okay, so who's
pawning.
actually fighting
They were
against that?
pawning. I'm
There's somebody
telling
fighting
you that
against it.
the Democratic Party has a lot of power at the point of Joe Biden. They had a lot of power. And all I'm telling you, they always throw a monkey wrench in some shit and they find some way
Okay,
to
so
just
who was running
slide
the
out of
House
it.
during the last 2 years of the Biden administration? Who was running the
Well,
House?
what about before that? Look at how Trump came in 90 days and he slammed all these executive orders out here. And he's
Let's get
Because
damn
he
near
had
doing
Chelsea
what
the
he want to
going.
White,
do.
the House, the Senate, the White House, the Judiciary, and he made the media back down. He has all the tech companies. That's not the same as Biden pretty much being a lame duck after fucking the people fucking turn their back on him and fucking put all these
Two,
Republicans in charge of
the
the
first
House.
two
It's
years.
not the
What
same.
about the first two? What about the first 2 years? What's the
So you're
excuse for
supposed
the
to
first
solve it
2 years?
within 2 years? Like Obama had all that power in the first two
If you
years.
ran
You got
on
the
it, if
Affordable
you
Care
ran
Act.
on it,
You can run on shit, but if the rest of the country ain't putting the people in office that you need to actually fix shit, it ain't gonna work.
that the first 2 years of Biden, did he not have control of the House and the Senate? Get me right
Yeah.
now. All right,
Yeah,
there we go, right
but
there.
Slight control
but
of
they
both. But
but
the things that you want Biden to do positively, it's gonna be pushed. Like, how the hell you think we got a Christian cinema in a fucking Joe Mansion? They became those pillars of actual resistance from within the movement when we had
I
that
refuse.
majority.
I refuse to believe that Nancy Pelosi and all the other powers out here and the lobbyists could not have made them do what was necessary.
The
I
lobbyists
just
are
think
the
that they
fucking
pawn. I think they
problem.
pawn black people. I don't think they take us seriously in the black. If the black community is not taken seriously, and our agenda is
I
not
wouldn't
taken
take the
seriously
black
by the
community
Democratic
seriously.
Party.
I would not take the black community seriously.
no,
Well,
especially
wow,
with these,
wow,
Yeah.
especially with these,
You want to know why? If you're fucking sitting in
yeah.
front of Charlemagne the fucking God, those people are fucking done, dead, out the fucking out of here. If you're sitting down in front
entertain
of rappers and rap artists about their fucking
entertainers.
politics and entertainers still at this fucking point, I wouldn't take these dumbass niggas seriously at all. That's why I live
Well,
Malcolm
in the
X
poor
warned
but
of
Pittsburgh
that.
area.
MOT, you're making my point. Then I
I'm not
really
making your
do
point.
think.
I am not making your point. I am making my point specifically about actual people involved in actual politics who picked a side, who's going to be there through their obligation the entire time. I'm not looking for a reason to leave the fucking Democratic Party to pretend I'm in the middle or be a Republican. I am not looking for that. I know that that stuff is not there for me over there. I was over there when I was in the military, but I
You
didn't
a
know how
Republican?
politics act. Yes, I was,
And
or
I was
thought
a
I
Wow.
very,
was,
I was a very
or
staunch
thought I was,
blue dog Democrat.
or thought I was until the 2000 election. Remember, I
Oh, I
was a
didn't know you
military.
switched parties. Okay.
Yes, I did switch parties. Yeah, but I was a
What was the
military industrial
moral?
complex fucking Republican. Like I was completely isolated from social events because I was getting welfare on the 1st and 15th. Okay. So government welfare was the reason why I refused to be a Democrat. And then I actually gave a fuck about people. And then I realized that they didn't really give a fuck about me over there. They only give a fuck about my black skin and my black face and the fact that I wouldn't question shit. And that's when I switched parties after knowing that I was not cut out for the Republican Party outside of the military industrial complex.
Mm.
I wasn't cut out to be that type of coon. I was cut out
So
to
you
be
so
that
you know
rah
how it
rah.
feels to be lost, then. So you know how it feels to be politically lost a little bit.
Yeah, and that's why I'm harder on people who don't fucking get it or pretend that they don't get it. Because I used to not get it either. But my not getting it was fucking deliberate and it was financial. Once I started getting my financials together and not fucking caring about anything else outside of that and just dealing with it on a pure morality, historically based basis, everything made sense about where I was moving.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had to admit that I was fucking wrong. I had to admit that I wasn't fucking paying attention. I had to admit that I let these motherfuckers use and abuse me, even though I'm from Mississippi, the worst state in the motherfucking union. The actual end result of fucking conservatism. I let these motherfuckers use me because I really didn't give a fuck about nobody else outside of me. Now, once I started giving a fuck about the outcomes and the results and shit, that's when I could not be a part of their party because that's not how their party is set up. Their party is set up with I got mine, fuck you. That's how their party is set up. And
Right,
once I
right.
got outside of that military industrial complex bubble, I started to get in contact with the real fucking world. And once I did not like what the fuck I saw or what the fuck I was a part of. I can admit that I made that fucking mistake and I made that fucking failure and I made that short sighted, very selfish fucking decision. I can admit that. And that's why I had to fucking change.
Hmm.
I had to.
Interesting.
Because I could not fucking stomach the fact that these people would allow this shit to happen to other people, knowing that shit could have been better if the only thing they did was did right by people. It's easy to ignore people's needs over in the Republican Party. It's too fucking easy.
Oh
Most
yeah,
of the people I
Republican
work
Party,
with,
they don't give a shit about nobody
no,
or
they don't.
nothing.
They
And
don't care.
these poor white people, they about to find out. They about to FIFO this whole 4 years because I predict that they're gonna have
That's
a
why
lot
I
of
say.
crash outs.
That's why I say
They're
just
gonna
lit.
go crazy. Hmm.
Yeah, they're already doing it now. They're doing it now. And it's like that's why I'm okay with Trump being in office right now because how FDR changed the actual white working class into being part of the Democratic Party until the actual Southern strategy came along and convinced them to be a part of the Republican or back part of the conservative movement rather than the raw economics. This shit right here is about to do the same thing. And if played properly, it could have the same type of effect because white people have never seen the consequences of their actions. They've been protected
Right.
from it.
Hmm. You're right.
They
They
talk all
absolutely
this
have.
culture warrior shit, but they never cash in on it. Everything that Trump has done is purely fucking conservative. I could point to Buchanan or fucking all the stupid shit that fucking Rick Santorum used to fucking say. I could point to all the stupid shit that Sarah Palin used to say. I could point to all the stupid shit that Michelle Bachmann used to say or John Thune used to say. Dumbass, crazy fucking ideas that is hella fucking destructive to the actual economic environment, but they think, well, let's just run this social program. That's why at the end of every Republican administration, it's always a fucking recession. Why? There's only few people for them to please within that party. Few people. The rest of them are culturally fucking brainwashing and thinking that they're fucking winning.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that America is gonna learn a hard. I mean, everybody is gonna learn a
I'm fucking
hard
waiting
lesson
on them to
about.
fucking learn. I'm waiting on them to learn.
It's going to be
Let
a
them
hard
learn.
lesson on democracy. It's going to be a hard lesson on economics. I think we're going to learn by experience how important it is to protect your government and the people you let close to it. It's going to be a hard lesson, even
It
locally. I
is
mean, you see
important to
the
protect the fifth estate. It's important to disconnect the media from fucking corporations. It's important
hmm
that money is property, not fucking speech. We're learning all of that shit right now.
yep.
Elon Musk is telling you that property and speech are not the fucking same. That guy right now is trying to destroy his own Tesla company because he now has government contracts and he no longer fucking needs Tesla. He's canceling that shit on purpose with those fucking cars. He's letting this car company go down in flames because now he's part of a position to where he don't need those people anymore. Think about Michael Dell. When was the last time you seen a Dell computer in a fucking
I
store?
haven't. Mm-mm, I
You want to
haven't
know
seen it.
why? The moment Michael Dell started getting government contracts, he stopped fucking with the consumer market. Michael Dell was always a
Um,
fucking libertarian. Like, people don't understand. This is what libertarians do. Libertarians play both sides, and the moment that they get part of the government or government contracting, you see exactly who they are, or they disappear back into the woodwork, and all the computers are dealt within your government environment, and you don't have a fucking choice.
wow.
All rich libertarians do the same exact shit. They all do. That's what happens when you have a historical, actual relevance of understanding how these people think and act. He's not trying to save Tesla. He's trying to let Tesla go down in flames to keep his current government contracts. He's not trying to save Tesla. He's not trying to have this fucking shit. Because here's the thing, Tesla is one of the worst fucking electronic vehicles on the fucking market. The
Yeah, that's
Chinese
what I heard.
built
The Chinese
way
are better.
better
Yeah.
fucking EVs than
I think your. I
Tesla.
think was it your last stream or stream before that you went into the Chinese cars or something? I think.
Yes, yes, yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah. It
watched
was the
that
last
one.
night
Yeah.
and showed you that those vehicles get 700 to 1,000 horsepower, and they go up to twice the fucking range of his cars, and they actually charge within a couple of hours. His cars don't do any of that shit. So he's willing to deal his fucking Tesla shit and let it go down in flames
Wow.
to keep these
Wow.
government contracts and especially SpaceX. But see, people don't know this shit and they don't track it throughout history and know how other fucking libertarians have actually acted. Thomas Edison, also a fucking libertarian, used the fucking courts, used the system to steal people's fucking inventions. Tesla wasn't even built by fucking Elon Musk. He just jumped on, invested money, kicked out the fucking owners, and made everything be his. Came out with a shitty product until other people started to create better shit than him. Like, Elon Musk didn't even realize that he's in a liberal market. Liberals were the one buying Teslas,
Right.
not
Right.
just
That's
in the
yeah.
United States, but across the world. You're in the
Hmm.
liberal market. Why the fuck would you want to piss off liberals by shutting down parts of the American government? That is your core audience.
I
You
was
can shut down
wondering.
your. Go
I
ahead.
was wondering that about him. And I said, is he that? I'm starting to really think he's dumb, and he just happens to hire some brilliant people. He doesn't seem very smart and strategic in ways.
No,
What
he
you think?
isn't. Like, you know what he is. Remember the
Hmm.
lady who did like that fucking huge scam with Theranos?
Oh
I
yeah, I
want you
watched
to
that.
pay attention to how she talk and pay attention to how Elon Musk talk. And I want you to put both of those people side by side and have them explain their inventions. You're dealing with the same fucking psychopath. You're dealing with the
Mm,
same psychopath. You're dealing with the same type of fucking person. Like the Theranos lady who was running a con
yeah,
for a very long time
nutty as a
on
damn
all these fucking
fruitcake.
talk shows.
Nutty as a fruitcake.
Yes. And at the end of the fucking day, knew was running a con at the beginning of it. Like this EV shit has always been a con. How can you be the government of Department of Government Efficiency when you have literally made all your money from EV credits given you by the federal government? Do you really think that you're trying to fucking make the government more efficient, given that you made billions of dollars off of the government giving EV credits?
Right.
That
Yeah.
guy is
It's not adding
he's
up.
trying to be the opposite of fucking efficient. But see, people are this fucking dumb to think that this guy is going to somehow make the government more efficient. What he's trying to do, he's trying to do union busting. That's what he's doing. He's firing all these people. Ex, he's extrajudicially firing these people from their fucking job and bypassing their fucking union. That's what this is really about. Getting rid of government unions by firing these people who have unions. That's what this is really about. Because Elon Musk is not about having no motherfucking union. Period. No benefits, no nothing. I hire a couple of competent individuals, and that's it. I'll take the whole NASA budget and all this shit. I will split it apart. I will get things that could be reused, and that's what it is. That dude is not trying to be efficient. Because here's the
Yeah,
thing:
and
he was
all
so
the
fucking
investment in
efficient.
AI. That there's a reason for that. All this
I know
AI
he's trying to
investment.
replace people. He's trying to replace people and
Yeah,
take all the money home.
that's
That's what
crazy.
libertarians do. Once they get the power, they try to take every fucking dime of the fucking money home, like any other fucking Republican. You're hearing all of this shit about what he's on right now. How come he wasn't on this shit during the Obama administration? Because if he was, he
Hmm.
never would have got them fucking EV credits. So he used the liberal movement to enrich himself. And then he exposed himself as a fucking conservative who wanted to cut government, but not part of the government that he's in. That dude is a pure on fucking capitalist like any other motherfucker on the planet. But at the end of the day, a lot of people was worshiping the ground that this dude walked on until he took their government job away. They had no idea Elon Musk was gonna come in and do this shit before he actually did do it.
Well, I want to ask you this real quick, MLT, before I go. Do you think that Schumer is being bought out?
Chuck Schumer,
Yeah.
I don't think he should be in any type of leadership, nor Dick Durbin. Period.
You don't think he should be what?
In any type of leadership of this party.
Okay. Because he definitely looked to me like he's selling out. And that Hakeem Jeffries, I just feel like they picked the dumbest black nigga they could find. And I don't understand it. I really
I would
don't.
say they picked the most compliant black nigga that they could find. He seems to be pretty smart and surrendering on the right shit. I don't know about dumb. I could tell you he's more fucking compliant. But at the end of the day, I
Hmm.
don't I do think within these individual states, like you got to move out of these areas that don't work, get your shit together, and move the areas that do. This is how I was able to make the transition, and then I had to make the transition again because when I first went to Colorado, the Republican Party ran Colorado. Well, not the Denver metro area, but they did
Right,
on a
right.
statewide basis. But then again, you had like Diana DeGette and Jared Polis, who started off as normal motherfuckers at the bottom, just like me, but them motherfuckers had money and they started slowly buying these motherfuckers out and making shit better. And once people seen how much you can get out, because we used to have that balanced budget bullshit in our state. We had to spend nothing but the money, and then we figured out how much more money that we could have after we legalized fucking marijuana and fucking actually investing in liberal fucking infrastructure, widening the fucking highways, moving a bunch of people here, tons of fucking real estate. We had the real estate collapse like everybody else, but at the end of the day, this shit worked. Why? Everybody here works. There is no pontificator class in fucking Denver, except for the right wing motherfuckers that are on the radio. That's it. That's the only pontificator class. Dude, pro blacks ain't even got no motherfucking power, nor voice here in Denver. Nobody would listen to them dumbass niggas. Nobody. But that should happen everywhere. That is the normal progression of things. I had to make a progression myself. From a guy who knew the conservative movement was wrong to being part of the actual military industrial complex because it fattened my fucking pockets to fucking realizing I was not no some fucking military industrial complex fucking conservative to turning myself into a motherfucking dyed in a fucking wool motherfucking true blue fucking Democrat who gives a fuck about other people. And I've realized that my Christian fucking values that I grew up with, even though I'm an atheist, drives everything that I fucking do. Every
Mm,
fucking thing that I do. Everything. All of it. It makes sense.
mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can dig it. That's
I'm not willing to
interesting.
walk out. I'm not willing to walk out. I'm in for the long term. I know what the fuck I grew up with. I know what the end result of conservatism is. I know what it's
Yeah,
like to not have your school to not have any fucking funding. I know what the fuck Mississippi is about to go through as soon as Donald Trump started giving his quote unquote education back to the state shit with no regulation. I know what the fuck's about to
yeah.
happen.
Oh, yeah. It's all kind of shit about to fall apart. No doubt about it. No
And
doubt
it
about it.
needs
You're
to.
gonna
And
defund
it
public
needs
school.
to.
Yeah,
They need
and
to
that's where
live
I'm at.
without it. They need
Yeah,
to live without it. 4
I'm here
years
to
is
watch it
long
burn.
enough. 4 years
Hmm.
is long enough for white people to suffer. Dude, black people have been suffering. We've been making a way out of no way. White people have never been through no shit like that. Not this fast.
Yeah. They need this lesson. They need this
Yeah, of
lesson,
course they
and
do. Of course they
too
do.
many of
And
them
dumb
just think
niggas,
I'm white, I'm protected, I'm okay. If I just go along with this, I'll be fine. They just been had their head in a hole for a long time, and I think they need to actually suffer. They need Mima to not have her medicine. And most of these white folks in these rural areas, they own food stamps, they own
they
all of
all
this
are.
stuff. Yeah, that's the only way
Like
they survive.
the
How do you
whole
live out in a
conservative
rural
movement
area
is
and there's no
ran
jobs and you still eat?
on
Like, come on,
food. Like it's all ran on housing vouchers and fucking food stamps. The whole rural
right?
fucking America is ran off of that shit. Most of these
Absolutely.
motherfucking Affordable Care Act fucking community health centers, they're all in rural areas. They're rarely in fucking urban areas.
Exactly.
You can go to
We
a rural
hustle. We
area out
hustle
in
in
the
the
middle of
city.
nowhere, Ohio, and you can see the best fucking hospital that you ain't never seen anywhere in the Columbus area, anywhere in the Cleveland area, anywhere in the motherfucking Cincinnati area, anywhere in the Toledo area, anywhere in the fucking Youngstown area. But you can go your ass out in the middle of fucking nowhere and you'll see a sprawling fucking hospital that takes care of the fucking entire county while those people claim to be conservative, but they love all that liberal shit. Man, fuck
They
that.
do.
They
They
need to
do.
learn
Absolutely.
what it's like to not have the protection that everybody else receives. And they're finding their lesson out now. I suggest we do exactly what Kamala Harris did. Kamala Harris did. We'll stay the fuck out the conversation. Keep the focus on these motherfuckers who claim that they winning. Leave them out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
Well, T,
Thanks
I
for coming up.
appreciate
Thanks for
you.
coming on.
Thanks for hearing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
No problem. Like, listen, I'm reasonable. I don't want to thank you guys for coming through on the man tomorrow. You guys have a really nice rest of y'all night. Peace.